Good morning and good evening, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. Welcome to Data Analytics using Power BI, which is a 3 months course. So, daily 1 hour class will be there. So, 2 hours practice you need to do apart from attending the live class. Monday to Friday, we are going to be having classes. Saturday, Sunday, we don't have any classes. My name is Bhaskar Jogi. I'm having almost 25 years of experience in the IT industry. I trained more than a lakh of students all over the world. So I trained more than 1 lakh 20 students all over the world. I was working in many top MNCs, including Patni Computers, Unilever, Brookfields, Bangalore, Daimler Chrysler, Bangalore, TVS Motors, Bangalore, Patni Computer, Chennai, KPIT Technologies, Pune, Accenture, Hyderabad, Microsoft, Hyderabad. So I have worked for many top MNCs, and currently I'm not working as a full-time employee, but I am also taking a lot of consulting work as a data architect, senior level position I'm handling. And I was with Saudi Arabia government to go doing a lot of projects with KSA government, and Dubai also. I worked for PwC company in Dubai. So this is my profile because of I'm passionate about teaching and training. So that is the reason I'm here today. So you are going to be learning completely practical course under my guidance. Lot of people from India and abroad, people who are having BA, BCom, BSc, this kind of a background people, IT, non-IT people are able to grab much more opportunities in India, even though in worldwide. So I'll give you a couple of example. Lot of success stories are already available in Go Online Trainings, .com. How a non-IT guy, a housewife for 10 years, how she is able to grab the opportunities. So everything is already recorded and kept it ready for you. Only thing is that many people have good qualifications, but the industry needs skills. People are simply joining Udemy courses or any some online courses. If the tutor is not very good, means you will not be able to get any knowledge, right? So people may complete Java course, Python course, SQL course, only basics they are learning. And if you don't have the proper mentor, then simply you are end up with learning the course, not the skill. Right? Skill means after getting a job, you will be able to work independently in your company. So we do not teach courses, we build skills. So people who are crack and having 4 lakhs per annum salaries, they're able to get 23 lakh salaries, 27 lakhs in India, right? US, I can say 44 years old, one Indian woman, botany zoology student, signed up with me 2 years back. At the age of 44, she took the training. She got almost 1.5, 150K salary. She got it at the age of 44. She was a botany zoology student in India. I think 2002 or 2003 passed out. At the age of 44 in US, she got almost 1.2 crore salary. So always I believe that IT industry needs skilled people. Then simply your academics are completely useless today. So in India also, I can give you lot of examples how our students are able to crack 2 to 3 offer letters. So always I believe that people should be having proper mentoring than the courses. If you learn Udemy courses or YouTube free videos, you will be learning only basics for entire your life. You are thinking that I can get a job. But today AI world is going on. So if you have a basic skills, the basic work ChatGPT can do. You need to have advanced skills and much more practice you need to have it, right? Basic things completely useless. And if you're working for 20, 30,000 rupee jobs today, your job is going to be automated by AI. Artificial intelligence is more powerful. People are going to be saying that, right? But always I say human intelligence is more powerful than artificial intelligence. Only thing is that we don't train our brains. Always we say, I'm a sales guy, I'm a operational guy, I'm having 10 years of a gap, I'm a civil guy, I have a educational gap, I am BCom guy, BA guy. Do you have that kind of a brain? BA, BCom? No, 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 no. You have very powerful brain. But only thing is that are we learning properly from the proper mentors? Answer is no. So that is where the biggest mistake people are doing today. Remember, your intelligence, your brain is so powerful than the artificial intelligence brain. So remember to train your brain with the proper mentors. That is what I recommend today. And today we'll talk about what is BI, what is the data analytics, what is the data science and AI and ML, what is data engineering, and what is the cloud technology, what is Azure, what is AWS, and how is the job market worldwide, what is the eligibility to get into IT job, who can learn this course, what is the duration of the course, everything I'll be able to talk about. So I have explained about my profile. I was there in Bangalore for almost 10 years. After that, moved to Hyderabad. Past 15 years, I'm in Hyderabad, India. So anybody can come into IT and non-IT people can come into this. Anybody can come into this. Qualification doesn't require, doesn't matter. BCom, BA, MCom, MSc, BTech, civil engineering, mechanical engineering. Only thing is that if you have a goal, I wanted to get a job in IT. If you have a goal, then here we are going to give you very good courses that you can take it today and you can get into IT sector with bigger packages, job opportunities and salary expectations in India and abroad for the data analytics role. If you keep 3 years of experience in India, people can give you 15 to 20 lakhs of salary packages in India. Abroad, minimum 70K to 150K, you will be able to get it in abroad. Duration of the course, as I told you, it is 3 months, Monday to Friday, daily 1 hour class. Daily 2 hours practice you need to have. You need to buy one laptop. Laptop configurations, I will give you. Softwares also, I'm going to be giving you. We're going to install the software on the fourth class. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we're going to be having, completely demo classes, which are free, and the same meeting ID, same time you can join these 3 days. And the fourth day we are going to be installing the softwares in your laptop. Fifth day I'm going to be talking about architecture, about Power BI. Methodology is completely online, completely practical. CV and interview preparation, I'm going to be doing it for you. And job placement assistance, I'm going to be doing. You ask me anything, I will be able to give you. You ask me projects, we are going to be having live projects. You ask me interview questions, you ask me anything, I can give you. But your interview, you should only crack. Don't expect any proxies or backdoor jobs in our institution. We don't offer that. If you're thinking about proxy means you cannot learn skills. If you're not able to learn skill means you're not the right candidate to become a data analyst or data engineer. The better stop learning the skills. Nothing can happen today, because if you're giving proxies, your AI interviewer can find out within 5 seconds. So people are using those kind of things today. So think about only real time exposure you need to have, real time mentors you need to catch. And people are always talking about institutions. I always talk about mentors or the faculty. End of the day, course will be taught by the faculty. Even though there is a bigger institution, people are going to be paying lakhs of rupees over there. And if you don't have a proper faculty, it is of no use. Always people will talk about institutions, but always you need to talk about faculty. Who's the faculty for that course? Chalo, that is very, very important, guys. So we are going to be covering total 3 months modules. SQL Server, I'm going to be giving it to you from day one itself. And Power BI, we're going to be having. Third month, SSIS, data warehousing, SSIS, all these things we're going to be covering. Next 3 months, assignments, project, CV preparation, interview preparation, start giving interviews. If you complete the course in 3 months, and the fourth month onwards you are ready to give multiple interviews. So this is what is my plan. So what is a SQL, what is a Power BI, what is SSIS, data warehousing, everything I'll be able to talk about today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, so that by end of these 3 days you will be able to understand all these things one by one. So this is the complete module I'm going to be covering. So many people are asking about Python. Python is not at all recommended if you want to become a data analyst, but a lot of YouTubers are saying you should learn Excel, you should learn Python. So people are going to be adding a lot of things. You can also learn Python and Excel, but the problem is that it will become a 6 months or 8 months course. I don't recommend to learn unnecessary skills today. Just you complete this, you will be able to get minimum 15 to 20 lakh salary packages if you have kept 3 to 3.6 to 4 years of experience as a fresher. 8 lakhs minimum salary you will be able to expect. Freshers means 2023, 2024, 2025 passed outs. Before that you are not have considered as a fresher. You have to keep a minimum 2 years or 3 years documentation. You need to get it and try to put that. So that one you need to have it. If you have a PF account, you can use that. People can switch from non-IT background to IT background. So all these things I will be able to talk about it in the further classes also. And is this course simply theoretical or practical? 100% practical, right? Many assignments in the projects I'm going to be giving. The same projects you can keep in your CV as well for all the modules: SQL, Power BI, data warehousing, SSIS. So many things we are going to be covering. Even cloud is also I'm going to be covering. So completely practical oriented, right? So I have given you one attendance form to fill. Hope everybody fill this form, guys. This is a form I have given. Your full name, your email ID, phone number, location. Click on submit, and you need to fill the form, guys. And this course is suitable for career break people. Switch from non-IT to IT or IT to IT. Anyone wanted to get into IT sector at any age and migrate from other technologies within the IT sector, or if you need 10x growth, if you wanted to have it, or if you're working for a lesser salary, you will be able to, plan for, or you should be able to get into this technology. This technology is completely no coding, low coding. Why data analytics everybody is choosing? Because low coding or no coding. That is one reason you will be able to get into data analytics using Power BI. Clear? And this code is suitable for these people: marketing guys, sales guys, operations managers, HR guys, finance and accounting professionals, customer service representatives, healthcare professionals, banking and finance professionals, supply chain management, retail and e-commerce professionals, insurance professionals, professionals from the non-IT backgrounds, recent graduates, individuals seeking new career path, laid off or unemployed people, professionals in BPO or KPO. So anybody, if you wanted to get into IT today, no coding, low coding job, if you wanted to get it, definitely you can ask for data analytics. Many people are choosing testing. Testing is not today low coding or no coding, because you need to use testing automations. Selenium needs Java or a .NET coding. You need to know testing is not a no coding job or low coding job. Testing is today completely coding job. Until and unless if you're a manual tester, you don't have the coding there. But testing jobs also will have a lot of coding today because of Selenium. That is the tool that is there in the industry. Selenium needs Java or .NET coding to be written. Remember that. So blindly don't go into testing side. So our students have secured the positions in top MNCs. You take any company, my students are going to be there. You think about Microsoft, Capgemini, Cognizant, or any company you take it, definitely all over the world, my students are available. Dubai, Saudi, London, UK, Italy, Sweden, Germany, right? Even in a lot of people from Pakistan as well, and a lot all over the world people are learning. US, UK, Canada, so all over the world. So My people are there. So end of the day, you need to have good mentors. This is one recent success story. This guy is going to be joining today. So Monday, so he got he's got an offer last week, and today is going to be joining in Noida. BCom 2019, MBA 2021 passed out. He got cheated by one institution in Pune. He paid 70,000 rupees there and they got cheated. And again, he was searching. Yeah, he was lost confidence and everything. And after seeing my demos, he rejoined last month, I think September or October, again rejoined. He got the job today with the 14 lakhs Noida. So let us congratulate Mr. Mohit. I'm trying to invite this guy probably next week, and we can talk to him directly how a BCom MBA graduate 2021 passed out guy is able to crack 14 lakhs salary package. That too, everybody is talking about recession, right? That is the point. Now, Mr. Vijay, physics faculty in Hyderabad, more than 15, 20 years, he is working as a faculty. At the age of 44, 45, he got a job last week only, 16 lakh salary package, Thomson Reuters in Bangalore. And I will show you his offer letter as well after the demo class. I cannot record it on the screen. So this is one more. At the age of 45, he got a job in Bangalore. He was working as a faculty for almost 15, 20 years, only showcased, 3.5 years IT experience. Remaining 15 years, he was a faculty. The same experience we showcased into the interviewer. They're able to crack because company needs today skilled people, not the academics. Or people are not worried about what is that we have done past 15 years. Companies are not interested towards that. Ram Vaizag, he was a government employee working for IDBS companies and getting a very good salary package there. Government employee resigned and started last year. He got a job in Virtusa, Chennai, 19.5 lakh salary package. He got it as a data analyst. One more, fresher, Vihai, you see, 1 year of sales background, she has it. From sales to IT sector as a data analyst fresher job, she got it. I think 6 months back, she got it and she's working in Hyderabad. The company is Signode. And Ram Satish was State Bank of India manager, mutual fund manager, working for more than 18 years in the mutual fund sales head and earning only, I think, 4 to 6 lakhs package per annum and very small amount. Now, today he got 22 lakhs salary package. I think month of March he got the job with Shankar. This company is a product based company. So that is how our people are able to get into the very big service-based companies as well as the product-based companies. Shankar is the product-based company that he got the offer in month of March, right? Lakshmikant was working in a hospital with his BCom, industry. Tirupati, there is a Rush super specialty hospital. He was admin in charge for more than 8 years. So BCom, and after that, part-time MBA has done it, and he got a job last year in Emphasis Bangalore with 14 lakh salary package. He was working for hospital more than 8 years and getting 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. Anybody can become anything because always I believe human brain is so powerful than your artificial intelligence. But only thing is that you are not going to be giving enough time. So always I say invest in skills are important rather than learning courses. People will be simply enrolling for Udemy courses, simply watching YouTube videos. Learn SQL in 15 minutes, learn SQL in 45 days and 45 minutes. So these kind of a courses, if you enroll, and nothing can happen in your life. Remember that. Clear? So, as I told you, any graduate, any non-IT people can come in, any age teachers, all these things, all these people can come easily. Qualification doesn't matter today. Skill is the important thing that you need to have. All right. Anyone can learn this course, hot skill, high salary paid jobs, no coding required, 60 hours of course. We're going to be having daily 1 hour and Monday to Friday. Daily recorded videos I'm going to be posting, real time topics I'm going to be covering, 6 months validity for the course. I ask many people, what did you study after my course? Many people will say, sir, 99% of interview questions from your syllabus. If anybody follows you directly, with the videos and the notes if they prepare, definitely they can crack a 20, 23, 25 lakh salary packages, sir. They need not prepare anything. So that much of a train, that much of in-depth coverage, I'm going to be giving it to you. Sample CVs I'm going to be giving, CV preparation I'm going to be doing it for you. Online lab support I'm going to be giving. Interview questions I'm going to be discussing as part of the class. Placement assistance across India and across the globe also I can support you, but I cannot give you a proxy help or backdoor support. That is not my duty. My duty to deliver the classes and improve the skills so that you can fail at least 5 to 10 rounds of interview. The 11th interview is yours. So that is how I'm able to help many candidates. Lifetime access of the unlimited data sets, interview questions, sample CVs, projects, assignments. Learning through video is accessible to any time. We are going to be giving you daily recorded videos, one-to-one live interactive sessions is going to be there. I have given my number as well. If you wanted to have my number, so this is my direct number. I'm going to be giving it to you for lab support, career counseling, or if you need any other guidance, anytime you should be able to call me. Direct call, WhatsApp call doesn't matter. So this is what is very, very important, guys. Okay. So completely, we are planning to deliver SQL, Power BI, SSIS, and data warehousing, all of them next 3 months. So if you have any other questions, you can ask me now, or let me start my class now. So demo number one, what are we going to be covering? So goonlinetrainings.com is completely towards data oriented technologies. These are the demanding courses worldwide. So we are going to be giving you data analytics using Power BI, which is a 3 to 6 months course. Daily 1 hour live class will be there, Monday to Friday. So this is no coding or low coding. No coding, low coding. Anybody who does not like coding, they can easily get into this. No coding or low coding. So this is what I can recommend. All non-IT or IT can easily get into. If you keep a minimum 3.5 years of experience, 20-25 lakh salary packages, you can get it, and minimum 15 to 2025. So if you love coding, the next one I can recommend this is coding. So without coding you cannot get into this. You need to know Python and data bricks, big data coding that you need to have. This is also 3 to 6 months course, and it is completely medium level of coding, it will be there. Okay. So if you love coding, especially SQL and Python coding, if you love, you can join data engineering using Azure. Azure is a cloud platform. What is a cloud? We'll discuss later. So this is also these two courses I'm going to be teaching. So 3 to 6 months time it is going to be having 3 months for the course to complete. Next 3 months projects to work on. That is the reason I'm always saying 3 to 6 months. Gen AI is one more tool everybody is talking about. This will be a 12 months course with us, and Dr. Venkat is going to be taking. So he's the 18 years PhD holder. So 20 years PhD holder. So Dr. Venkat is going to be taking Gen AI, including data science and AI and ML deep learning. It is more complex. So don't get into this. If you wanted to learn, you can go. There is no problem. But more complex and in depth of coding knowledge you need to have. Problem solving skills are needed. Coding is required, and more machine learning and deep learning algorithms you need to have, right? So it is more complex and more coding. Everybody is talking about AI today, but I strongly recommend, if you wanted to get into Gen AI or AI, start your career somewhere here. Slowly jump into this. You work for 2 years, you work for 2 more years, and you can easily jump into Gen AI. Full stack Python, any freshers wanted to have. So this is also taught by Dr. Venkat, and we have one more faculty. Clear? So these are the courses we're going to be having. So these two courses I'm going to be, teaching end to end. So data engineering using cloud. Azure means a cloud. So data analytics using Power BI, I'm going to be taking from end to end. Gen AI and full stack Python will be taught by one more faculty, guys. Clear? Now, in demo number one, I wanted to have. So I strongly recommend it to go into this. If you love coding, you can join in this. But if you don't like coding, you can jump into no coding. So salaries wise, the same salaries, 15, 20 lakhs, your same salaries you will be able to get it if you keep 3 to 3.5 years of experience in India. And abroad, 70K to 150K, you will be able to get it. So if you love coding, jump into this. If you don't love coding, then go into data analytics. Clear? So data analytics is also booming, guys. And let us talk about IT industry. Now, people are talking about data. The same question is asked to Microsoft. Microsoft says data is currency today. That is Microsoft is saying. Data is fuel today. Google is saying data is wealth today. Data is everything today. That is what Google is saying. We're talking about robotics. We're talking about AI today. AI because of our business intelligence today. All these things because of data. Without data, do you think that AI is going to work? Your artificial intelligence, robotics, Gen AI, nothing is going to work. So data is important today. But do you know what IT industry is going to be doing, guys? Many people are going to be talking about IT industry. IT industry is nothing but your information technology. But tell me, what is the core functionality of IT industry, guys? IT industry ఏం చేస్తుంది? What is the core functionality of IT industry? When I say automobile industry, which is going to be manufacturing the car, steel industry is going to be producing the steel. But what is that IT industry is going to be doing? Do you think that it is going to be producing a software? Am I true or am I wrong? If somebody says IT industry is giving you software, is it true? Answer is false. Completely wrong. IT industry is not giving you a software. What it is going to be giving you? It is going to be doing two things, two important things IT industry is going to be doing. One is called, it is going to be storing your data. Remember this. It is not going to be giving you a software. It is going to be giving you storing your data. That is step number one. IT industry is going to be doing. Step number two, it is going to be computing your data. Computing means what? Processing your data. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఐటీ ఇండస్ట్రీ ఈజ్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రొడ్యూస్ ఏ సాఫ్ట్వేర్. యు ఆస్క్ what IBM is going to be doing. Do you think that IBM is going to be creating a software and giving it to you? Or do you think that Cognizant is going to be creating a software and giving it to you? No, 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 no. IT industry is going to be storing your data, and IT industry is going to compute your data. Computing means what? Computing means doing the calculations on the data. For example, I have number 10 and number 20. I have this data. So computing means what? I wanted to process the data. So people will say, hey Bhaskar, I have these two numbers, 10 and 20. Tell me, what is the total sum of these numbers? Summing is called as a computing. Computer means which can process the data, which can do calculations on the data, mathematical calculations. So I can say the total is 30. Now tell me, what is the minimum? Minimum is 10. What is the maximum? 20. How many numbers you have? 2. Now tell me, I would like to sort the data. Sorting is also one more operation, sorting alphabetical order. So all of them are called computations or compute processing. So when you have a data, your IT industry is going to be storing the data. That is step number one. IT industry is going to be computing or processing the data. For the processing purpose, we are going to be using a language here. So data processing purpose, what are we going to use? We're going to use languages like C, C++, Java, Python. All the languages are going to be used to compute your data. Clear? If you're learning a C or C++, Java, Python, .NET means you're getting the data from elsewhere. You want to compute and show the results. This is the total sales of Amazon company. This is the average sales in Hyderabad for Amazon company. These many transactions have happened in PhonePe in South India last 1 month. So people are going to be taking the data and doing a lot of processing. What kind of a processing I'm talking about? Sum, min, average, mode, median. Lot of things are going to be applying on your data. But the question, where do we store the data? That is the question, kada. So I am talking about, okay, for the processing data, we use language. But where do we store the data? That is the question. So the data can be stored depends upon the size. If the data size is very, very small, for example, I am talking about KBs of data, megabytes of data. Thinking about my company, Go Online Trainings company, every month I get 1,000 inquiries. People will say, Bhaskar sir, do you have Java course with you? Bhaskar sir, do you have Power BI course with you? People are going to be giving me calls. I'm going to be writing all the data in where? In a file called Excel file. When you have a small amount of data, small companies are going to be storing data in Excel file, CSV file, or MS Word file, some files. So when you have a small amount of data, companies are going to be store the data into the files. Clear? The simple example is my students' data I'm going to be storing in Excel. Okay, this is small amount of data, but think about slowly, you have GBs of data. Think about Amazon company. Amazon company's data will not be 1,000 rows per month or 1,000 rows per day. One day they'll have 50 to 60 million transactions in India, right? So if you have this much of a transactions in India, the data is not cannot be stored in Excel file. Excel data maybe some 1,000, 2,000, or 1 million numbers you may store, or half a million data, or 1 lakh data you can store. But when you have so much of data, Excel will hang. Excel hang అయిపోతుంది. Excel cannot be used. So you're using a wrong tool. If you're using a large amount of data as part of your Excel means, so you're using a wrong tool, right? So people started using one more software in IT industry. The software name is called SQL software. The software name is called Database Management System, DBMS. So when you have a data in lakhs or millions, I'm talking about, the size is Amazon company 500 GB, 200 GB of data every week, every month it is getting. So this kind of a data, you cannot store them in the Excel file. If you're not able to store them in Excel, so you need to have one more technology. So IT industry is having one more technology called SQL, and you need to understand this. Okay. But 1 month data will be, let us say, 500 GB of data. It is 1 month data of Amazon company into 12 months of data. Now, what is the total? It will be 6,000 GB 1 year data. 12 months means 1 year. It is equivalent to 6 terabytes of data 1 year. But think about it, 10 years of data. So it will become totally 60 terabytes of data. So if you understand, GBs of data over a period will become a terabytes of data. A terabytes SQL or normal RDBMS cannot handle. So we are going to be using terabytes of data because 1024 MB is equivalent to 1 GB, right? 1024 GB is equivalent to 1 terabyte. Slowly, the data is going to increase the size. Slowly, the data is terabytes. Now, to store this kind of a data, IT industry is going to use one more technology called data warehouse. Clear? So data warehousing where we are going to be using terabyte. It is not millions or lakhs. We are talking about crores or billions of data. Crores or billions of data your IT industry is going to be using. So remember, it depends upon the size of the data, you are slowly changing the tool, right? Always I say, I wanted to go to supermarket to buy some vegetables. It is near to my complex. How much distance? 1 kilometer. How do I go? I can go by walk. I'll take my kid, chalo, will go by walk, or I will take a cycle or a bike. I can go to supermarket, buy some vegetables because 1 or 2 kilometers radius. That's it. Okay, but tomorrow I wanted to go from Hyderabad to, let us say, uh, Mumbai, or I would like to go to Pune. It is 500 kilometers from Hyderabad to Pune, Hyderabad to, Vishakhapatnam or Vizag. I wanted to go 500 kilometers. Can I take a bicycle and go? people will laugh at you, right? Can I take a bike and go? No, 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 no. You can take a bike and go, but you're using a wrong tool. Tool is okay. Somehow you can reach. But when you use the wrong tool, you have a back pain, more fuel consumption, more sunstroke, lot of other things will be involved. So what normally we do when the distance is increased, I book a train ticket or I book a bus ticket or I can have a car. I have a own car. I'm having a driver. I can take the car and go. So when the distance is more, what are we doing? We are changing the tools. Clear? Small distance cycle or a bicycle, more distance means I'm going to be using what? A car or the train or the bus. Okay. From India, I wanted to go to America. Can I go by a train or the bus? No, 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 no. I have to choose a flight. Why are we using a flight? Because the distance is even more. So we cannot use a train. So we are again switching from the train or bus or the car to the flight. Okay. I wanted to go from India, from Earth to the moon or the Mars. Can I go by a flight? Answer is no. You have to choose a rocket because unlimited distance you need to cover. Flight you cannot be used. Clear? When the data is more and more, more and more, more and more, so that kind of a data is called as a big data. Data warehousing data manageable. So I am talking about this is a cycle, this is a bus and a train, this is a flight. But today we are talking about data, unlimited data started coming in. What is unlimited data I'm talking about here? So because of two things have happened. In year 2000, internet is introduced worldwide. Hardware becomes cheaper, right? And lot of people started using social media. Social media, internet, and hardware become cheaper. After year 2000, you are getting large amount of data. That data, this guy cannot store, this guy cannot store, this guy cannot store. That kind of a data is called as a big data. Very big data. So, going into the moon or the Mars, do you think that a small amount of distance you're going to cover? No, 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 no. It is a huge amount of distance that the rocket is going to be, using. So, big data concept is evolved in the year 2003. This name is given by Google company. So, large amount of data started coming in. So, to store this kind of a data, IT industry invented a software called Hadoop. What is a software called Hadoop? Immediately, there is one more software called Spark. Clear? So, if you want to store a large amount of data today, so you can use big data Hadoop. Big data is a large amount of data, unlimited data. Clear? So, that kind of a data you wanted to store today, we have a software called Hadoop technology or Spark technology today. So, we are not going to work towards programming side, C, Java, .NET. I am not going to be teaching you. And when you learn a programming which is more complex and less salaries, right? If you're a Java developer, you will be called as a donkey in the IT industry. Why? Donkeys will work for peanuts and will do the more work. Clear? If you become a Java developer, .NET developer, Angular JS developer, programming developer today, you are called as a donkey in the IT industry. Why? Because these people will be paid less and the work will be more and more. Clear? And more coding you need to learn. So I'm not going to be concentrating on the programming side or the data computing side. I'm going to take you to the data side. Clear? So data side, first you should know what are that. All of them you don't worry about today. You are only concentrating on storing data. Small amount of data. How do you store? Where do you store? In a file. File may be CSV file, PDF file, MS Word file, or some file, even PPT or Excel. But normally we don't use PPTs. We create Excel sheets. So 20 people attendance, I can have it in Excel. Or today people are using Google Forms, some file. Clear? So today the data is slowly going. and increasing, growing and increasing. That data can be stored in SQL and RDBMS, and the data is going to be there in data warehousing. We choose data warehousing, and the data, even then it is increased today. That kind of data can be stored in where Hadoop and Spark. So these are the data storing technologies. Guys, did you understand clearly? Clear? So I'm talking about today what IT industry is going to be doing. So what are they doing? It is going to be doing only two things. One is storing data. That is one thing it is going to be doing. The second one, it is good computing or processing your data. Only this thing it's going to be doing. For that, we use a language like C or C++ or Java or Python kind of a language. Okay, a lot of languages we have. For the storing of the data, we are going to be using different tools, depends upon the size of the data. Clear? So that is what you need to understand. So, what is that we are going to be talking about? So today, you need to know if your data size is in small, we may use Excel or CSV. So this is small data I'm going to be talking about in terms of numbers, 1000 or 2000 rows, in terms of size, KB or megabytes. You have to have this clarity. No other video. You go to YouTube, you search for thousands of videos, people will not give you this clarity. Then why SQL is emerged into the world? Because cycle and bicycle can be used to travel only 5, 10, 20 kilometers. If you want to travel 500 kilometers, then you need to invent a car, bus, train. So SQL is also called as SQL, database management system, is invented to store GBs of data. So it is a medium size of data I'm talking about. Now, if the data size is slowly increasing, that kind of data can be stored in data warehousing. It is a large data. Clear? So IT industry started 1920. You know that when IT industry started 1920, Charles Babbage invented a computer. After that, which language got created? So after 1920, sorry, it is gone. So 1920, people talking about history. Let me go to history and talk about it. So 1920, Charles Babbage computer invention is happened, invented the computer. Okay, after that, 1930, what are they using? They are using binary language. How do you give an input? You're going to be using binary means ones and zeros. This language is used to talk to the computer. So then it is failed. 1940, a language called language A is released. It is utter flop. 1950, a language called B got released, utter flop. 1960, one more language called, what is the language name? Language called C language got introduced into the world. It was a super duper hit. So, who invented this? It is by Dr. Dennis Ritchie from US Bell Laboratories. Ritchie is the scientist. Okay, so this guy he invented from the Bell Labs. Clear? Bell Laboratories of USA. This became so powerful, so people they wanted to do some operations. They can write the code in the C language. C is English like a language, but it has some issues. Then immediately one more language called Advanced C got released. Language called Advanced C. This is called as C++ today. Okay. So advanced C language is called as what? C++ today. It is created in 1970s. 1980s, similar to advanced C, one more language got released. The name is called Java. Okay. It is C, similar to advanced C, C++. It becomes so popular. In 1990, one more language got released. The language is called Python. Python nobody is watching because it is very, very easy. People need some kind of a complexity. and not very much complex. Very much complex means C++. So somewhat complex means Java. People love to use Java because Java was not very complex, but people are giving more, like towards the Java. But the problem is that it is also complex. But Python is easy. People were calling this as a kid language. Any kids can learn this kid language, right? So even though it was there in 1990s, actually it got released in 1991. So nobody started using that time. But after that, in year 2000, there is a language called .NET got released into the market. So .NET is released by which company? It is from the Microsoft company. Clear? Java language by which company? Sun Solaris company. This company is going to, it is released. So their own brands, all of them are Python by one more company. So .NET so by Microsoft. So a lot of things have been changed, right? So people only creating a lot of languages to process the data. In 1970s, one more thing has happened along with C++. One more thing has happened the same year. So people have invented SQL or database management system or relational database management system got invented by which company? IBM company. In when? In 1970s. Clear? So all the languages only to process the data, but where to store the data? Where to store the data? So people have storing the data in a files in 1960s onwards, but afterwards SQL is launched in when? IBM company in 1970s. Clear? So this was the invention in 1990s. In 1990s, there is one more invention called data warehouse was invented. Why data warehouse? Data warehouse, you should not write like this. Where space house is a wrong, or you should not write like this. Data warehouse, not a single word, or this is also wrong. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. And if you keep a capital letter, that is also wrong. It is single word. Data warehouse is going to be used to store terabytes of data. So this is also one more invention, right? So then you have year 2000, we have .NET got released and BI tools got into the market, business intelligence. And 2003, you have big data is got into market. Big data means large amount of data. In 2005, 2006, a Apache Spark, Apache Hadoop big data to store. Hadoop is released in 2009. We have a Apache Spark language. These are called bigger languages. Now people started using all of them. Clear? So this is the complete history about it. So if you wanted to store large amount of data today, so small amount of data means we can use Excel. That is what I told you, or CSV or PDF, some files. So this is small data I'm talking about. Medium size data means SQL is invented by companies in 1970s. It is there in 1960s files. So 1970s we have this RDBMS got added. So afterwards data warehousing is introduced in year 1990s. Okay, so what kind of a data are going to be storing? Large data. Large means it is terabytes of data. It is KB or MBs of data in this. Here we're talking about GBs of data. In this, we're talking about a terabytes of data. But as I told you, after year 2000, lot of things have been changed. What are they? Internet introduced, and social media is became so popular, and hardware becomes so popular, so much of a data coming in. So this kind of a data, it is extra large data, Excel data, double Excel data, triple Excel data, and this kind of a data is called as a big data. People have given this kind of a naming convention. So big data name given by which company? Google company. In which year? In 2003, they told, so guys, we are getting so much of a data. We don't have any technology to store the data because data warehousing only store terabytes of data. Right. So when you have a terabytes of data, how do you store? You assume if you wanted to store a water, you may be using a 1 liter of water bottle here. So small amount of water. If you wanted to store 30, 40 liter of water, you may use a bucket. This is what is called a bucket. Okay. But I would like to store, 1,000 liters of water. You may be using a drum. So this you can say this is a drum, or you can say 1,000 liter tank. Now, all of them are different use cases, right? If you wanted to store 30, 40 liter, so definitely you can go in for a bucket. This is a bucket, small size data. This may be a 1 liter water bottle or half-liter water bottle, small size data you can store. So, what is a data warehouse? It is a drum or the tank. It may be 1,000 liter size capacity. Clear? Okay, 20 or 30 buckets of water, we can just put it here. But now we're talking about not 1,000 liter, not 10,000 liter. It is a 10,000 liter, 1 million liter. It is a bigger capacity. So you cannot think about the capacity because unlimited data. It may be petabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte of data, unlimited data. Where do you store? Unlimited water. Where it is available? It is there in the sea, samundar, right? So how do you store large amount of data? Can you store them in a river? No, river is also have some kind of a capacity. So reservoir, rivers, more than that ponds. So we are talking about today, it full of water is available in the your sea or samundar, right? So that is what we need to say. So that kind of a water, that kind of a data, you cannot store them in your data warehousing. So this kind of a big data can be stored. So the software called Hadoop is invented. Hadoop is invented in 2006 by a company called Apache. What is the company name? Apache. Because SQL, Excel, everybody will have their own proprietary brands. Like that in 2006, Apache is released, and here you have some issues. Then immediately within 2 to 3 years, you have one more software is called released. That is Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark, or people will say Big Data Hadoop and Big Data Spark, right? So if it is a big data, what about this? This is what is called small data. That is big data. What is it? It is called small data. So when you have a data, this data will be taken by this data. I'm going to be taking this data. I'm going to be taking this data. I'm going to be taking this data. Also, I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be running my AI and BI applications on the data. Now, artificial intelligence applications, we're talking about Chat GPT. It is a Gen AI application, right? Chat GPT data coming from where? Coming from maybe Excel file, maybe SQL, maybe data warehousing, maybe Hadoop or the Spark. Clear? Somewhere data has to be there. Then only this AI can work or business intelligence can work. What is the business intelligence? It is called as a data analytics. Clear? So AI means artificial intelligence, business intelligence means data analytics. If you wanted to run AI systems, BI systems, somebody has to get the data, clean the data, store the data into these softwares or these technologies. What are they? Excel, SQL, data warehousing, and Apache Spark or the Hadoop. But who's going to be getting the data, storing the data here? There is a specialized team called data engineering team. Clear? Who's going to be working with, this one, this one, this one, this one? There is a team called a data engineering team. So these people are going to be getting the company's data. These people are going to be storing the data in Apache Spark, data warehousing, and SQL, blah, blah, blah. So there is one more technology, one more skill set everybody needs today, data engineering skill set. Why? Because AI cannot run without data. But who's going to be giving you data? Data engineering team. Your business intelligence data analytics is not going to work today. Who's going to be giving you the data? A data engineering team. So without data, AI is not there. Day by day, data is getting more and more. Today's data, when you compare with tomorrow's data will be more. So data engineering also will have much more opportunities. Clear? That is the reason People are talking about it today. Data technologies, AI, BI. AI is more, more complex. Now, do you know Chart GPT data from where you're going to be getting this GPT data? Chart GPT data today, we are AI is Chart GPT. This data today we are getting from Hadoop and Spark only. What is the data? It is a 500 or 5,000 petabyte of data. That is the data we're talking about, which is similar to thousands of Himalaya size. So this is the data your AI application, your Hadoop and Apache Spark is going to be handling. What is the size I'm talking about? 500 petabyte of data or gigabyte of data, yottabyte of data. This data similar to 1000 to 2000 Himalayas size. You assume you cut data into DVD. Each DVD size is a 4 GB, 5 GB of data. You stack all the DVDs, it will become thousands of Himalaya size. That is the data your Hadoop and Apache Spark is going to be retrieving. Your Chart GPT data is going to be stored in the Hadoop and Spark only. Clear? Chart GPT is what kind of an application? It is a AI application, or which is a more generative AI application. It is your Chat GPT data. Who's going to be storing? Microsoft, Open, AI, Google companies are storing. Which technologies are they using? Hadoop and Spark. Clear? So first question you need to understand, what is AI, right? Many people will be asking this question, what is AI, right? So what is BI? So AI means predict the future. Data analytics, business intelligence means understanding the past. Both of them are going to work with the data, but one guy is going to be telling me what was my sales in India last 5 years. Amazon company wanted to know this kind of a reporting. This kind of a thing is called understanding the past or reporting the past. So reporting the past is called data analytics or business intelligence. Last 5 years, crime rate in India. Last 5 years, obesity rate in India. So what are the? All of them are called data analytics reports or understanding the past. So what is AI is going to be doing? AI or ML is going to be telling you predictions. What will be my sales in India next 5 years? What will be obesity rate in India next 10 years? How many patients are going to be turning into diabetic patient next 5 years in India? People have to do lot of predictions. Predictions are going to be done by AI applications. Remember this. Clear? Data engineering means what? It is going to be collecting the data, cleaning the data, storing the data. Clear? So these are the three departments are going to be working it today. So which is more complex means data science more complex. Now today we are not talking about AI, we are talking about Gen AI. Okay. So AI means it is going to be predicting. It is going to be predicting. But Gen AI, it is going to be subset of application which is not going to predict, which is going to be generating a content. Generating what? Content. So based on your input. Clear? If you give an input, it is going to be generating what? Generating content means it may give you a text, or it may give you audio, or it may give you a video. So any content which it can develop, so it is not going to be predicting. Normally AI applications are going to be predicting, and Gen AI, generative AI, is not going to predict anything, which is going to be generating a content. What kind of a content? You give a text or audio, video, you ask a question, you give an input. Input is called as a prompt. So when you give a proper prompt, so based on the prompt, generative AI is going to be working. The generative is going to AI is nothing but your Chat GPT, or Gemini. So Google Gemini we're talking about, right? Or Copilot. So of Microsoft. All of these are called what? Nana? Gen AI applications. Thousands of applications. DeepSeek from China. It is also Chat GPT. It is also similar to your AI application. AI needs a lot of input. Input means you need to ask the question. Question is not in the prompt. So prompt engineering is one more course. people are learning it today. Prompt engineering is not a generative AI. So prompt engineering, you don't learn this course. It is for the uh, digital marketing people to learn. So not for the IT engineers. Digital marketing people are learning this. So you cannot get a bigger packages if you learn a prompt engineering. Clear? Prompt engineering is not the one. So this one for any housewives, any people who wanted to practice this, then you can go in for this. I don't recommend the what do you say, prompt engineering to be learned. If you wanted to learn, you can learn, but it is not a beautiful course as part of Gen AI. So today, as part of Gen AI, we have a lot of agentic AI is one more thing people are having. Agentic AI means it is going to be taking the decisions. Gen AI cannot take your decisions. For example, uh, your chat GPT cannot take a decision. It can give you content, but whenever there is a traffic, your automatic car can apply a brake. When you come inside your home, when there is a sensor, it is going to be switching on the light. Switching on the light, applying the brake is a decision making system. But Chat GPT is not going to take any decisions. Chat GPT is going to be giving you a a content, right? Chat GPT is normally a generative AI application, which is a normal AI application built based on the LLM models. Clear? Now, today people are talking about agentic AI. So, agentic AI means which can take a decisions. So, this is more powerful. So, you cannot directly jump into Gen AI, directly jump into agentic AI. All of them are, you cannot jump into that. So, slowly, if you wanted to get into AI side, definitely I wanted to recommend you to go towards data analytics. If you don't love coding, be here, work for 5 10 years here, then jump into other technologies. Don't blindly dump into this. Nothing will jump into this. It is nothing can happen because more complex. You need to learn some more things here. So don't jump into prompt engineering courses. This is of no use. You will not be able to get a bigger salary package. Agentic AI models are for more popular in 2025. So these kind of a courses you can do, but very complex things. So instead of going into data science, people can choose data engineering part. Or if you don't like coding, data analytics is the number one, because my people are going to learn all of them, will be able to get a lot of things. Okay. What is a data warehouse? I did not tell you anything, but as of now, as a layman, I have given you what is a data warehousing, but I will be able to tell you in depth of coverage in tomorrow's class what is the data warehouse. So data warehouse means, as you said, Snowflake. Yes, that is ready-made solution. I'll talk about all of them in tomorrow. Example for data warehouse. So you have uh, Snowflake is one example I can give you. You can have Azure. You can build your own data warehouse in Azure on premises and everything. Or ready-made Snowflakes also you can take it, but I don't confuse you today. So data warehousing means what you need to understand. Data warehousing is completely a bigger set of data that you're going to be having, and that data will be in terabytes, and that too structured data. So that kind of a data is called as a data warehousing data. In layman terminology, data warehousing is a tank. Okay, so data warehousing is a tank, so which can accommodate large amount of data, right? So it is data warehouses, large hardware. Hardware is very, very large. But what software we're going to be installing here? Same SQL software only we are going to be installing. Clear? So tomorrow I'll talk about what is the difference between normal SQL and your data warehousing. Data warehousing is also SQL, and only one difference is, so normal SQL means it can store only small amount of data, but data warehousing is also going to be having large data, because hardware is so bigger. If you buy a laptop and install SQL, what is your laptop size? 1 terabyte of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and i3 or i5 processor. Inside this, if you install SQL, so what is the data you can store? You can store only 1 terabyte of data. That is a disk capacity in your computer. But other hand, I'm going to be taking 100 terabyte of hard disk, very bigger computer I'm going to be buying. And 100 GB of RAM it is running and lot of processors running. So inside that I'm going to be installing same SQL. What is the capacity of data you can store? 100 terabytes. Why? Because hardware is very, very bigger. So this kind of hardware is called as a data warehouse. So data warehouse will have large hardware plus same software of SQL we're going to be installing it. Clear? So this is what you need to understand as a layman point of view. But tomorrow we are going to be continuing further. So this is the demo number one. So tomorrow demo number two on the same time, same meeting ID. Thank you guys. Any questions? Good morning and good evening, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So yesterday we have spoken about what are the core functionalities of IT industry, and I was talking about my own profile. And Go Online Trainings is started 15 years ago. So lakhs of people already got jobs working for abroad in India. More than 40-50 lakh salaries they're able to get it. So all the people are completely into data oriented technologies. You will get much more salaries when you compare with Java developer, Python developer, or .NET developer. So when you compare their salaries and their work with the data oriented technologies, when you have it, you will be able to get much more salaries. I'm talking about in my family, around 60 to 70 people are working in data analytics all over the world. Because of I'm in my family, after their BTech, after their MBA, BCom, there is simply jumping into data analytics because no coding, low coding. At the age of 30, 40, 45, 47, people are able to jump and getting, because we don't teach courses, we build skills in the people. Skill means after getting a job, you will be able to work in the company independently. That is the meaning of a skill. Simply, many people will be doing, I have done this course, I have done that course. That is of no use. It is simply time passing, activity. People are doing it. Okay. If you don't have a proper mentor, nothing will happen to your life. That is for sure. It can happen. You may be getting 8 lakhs, 10 lakh jobs, but not, proper growth, 20, 30, or you will not be able to have the proper growth, right? So people, after their graduation, they will be able to get campus placement. It will be a big scam. They don't, upskill themselves. After 4 or 5 years, they'll be earning 6 to 8 lakhs, and they'll be doing nothing in the company. And only always they say that I'm working in TCS, I am working in Capgemini. What is the salary package after 4 years? 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs means they are not upskilling, they are not reskilling, they are not talking to the mentors. Always they talk to the friends. Friends are not your mentors. Remember that. You need to have at least one good mentor in your life. Even though you're a very intelligent guy, if you don't have a mentor, nothing can happen to your life. That is for sure. Okay. So yesterday many things we have discussed, and these are the complete curriculum I was talking about. And today I wanted to concentrate on some more things today. So yesterday I was talking about data oriented technologies. Four, three of them I have showcased today. Data analytics using Power BI, data engineering using Azure, Gen AI, including data science and AI and ML. If you wanted to go into this, start the journey somewhere here. So don't directly jump into this. You don't get anything. Always baby steps are important. Small steps are important than the longer jumps. People will not be able to complete the course within 1 month or half a month. So don't join any institution if they wanted to only sell their skills, and you will be gaining nothing. Don't join 1 hour 99 rupees programs, or 300 rupees Udemy courses. That is of no use. Okay. So remember this always. If you have any questions, I have given my number. So this is my direct number. Directly, you will be able to call me, ask me any questions after the class. And it is a 3 to 6 months course I'm talking about, no coding and low coding course. So if you wanted to work with the data, right? If you wanted to work with the data, So what is that? You need to understand first. Data will be coming in different sizes. Data analytics, if you wanted to perform, you need to have data. So, but what is a data analytics? Data analytics means it is also called as a business intelligence, BI. So, what is the data analytics means? Understanding the past or reporting the past is called as data analytics. Amazon company wanted to know what was my sales in India last 5 years. Last 5 years is a history. They need to understand what are the profits, what are the sales, what is the tax we paid last 5 years, what is the growth we had last 5 years. What is the how many products of Apple iPhone sold last 10 years in India. So they wanted to understand always historical analysis. They wanted to do that is what is called a data analytics. But we add data science and AI. It is prediction. Predicting the future will be called as a AI. If somebody says, what is AI? AI is not going to do anything. It is going to be predicting. By taking what kind of a data, historical data it will take, it is going to be doing predictions using a lot of algorithms, right? Lot of algorithms like machine learning algorithm, deep learning algorithm, LLMs, natural language processing. Using many algorithms, it's going to be predicting what will be my sales in India next 5 years. This is AI. If somebody tells you artificial intelligence means what? It is an intelligence that we are going to be giving it to the machine. Now tell me, by birth, are you an intelligent? You are not an intelligent. But how are you becoming an intelligent? By going to the school, by listening to the many people, by reading the books. That means your brain is getting a lot of data, right? You're training the brain, you're training the mind. Clear? So when you take your brain and when we train you with the data, with the good faculties, you will become an intelligent guy. The intelligent guy the government of India will be recruiting and you are working again for the people, right? Or private companies are recruiting you because you're an intelligent guy, your intelligence will be used in the corporate world. So, however, a human being is given lot of data, lot of gurus, lot of mentors, lot of books will be used to brain to your in human brain, you will become an intelligent. Same thing can happen to the computer also. Computer is a machine. Do you think that a machine is intelligent by default? Answer is no. Computer is not intelligent by default, right? Fridge is not intelligent by default. You're not intelligent by default. Somebody has to train. So we take a machine. To that machine, we are going to be training. Clear? We are going to be training with what? Data, right? Make the machine intelligent is what is called artificial intelligence. By default, machine is not a intelligent. Machine means I'm talking about computer. Computer is not intelligent one. But somehow you do 100 things to the machine. You do 100 things to the machine. With that 100 things, the computer will become intelligent. Then use the intelligence. Use the intelligence and use the machine for your daily routine jobs. That is what is called artificial intelligence. So machine learning, deep learning, all these things are different models, different techniques. Using that, one normal machine will become intelligent. Are you clear? So that is what is called artificial intelligence means. Machine by default does not have any intelligence. So you need to do some 100 things. Forget about what you do. Deep learning, natural language processing, lot of things we're going to be doing with the data and this, process, these, techniques. The machine also will become intelligent. Then machine can do the future predictions. That is what is called artificial intelligence means. AI is going to be predicting. But today we are talking about Gen AI. It is not going to be predicting. So Gen AI is a part of AI or it is a subset of AI. So AI is the bigger one. Gen AI is a part of that. It is going to be generating the content, text, video, audio. I have given you a couple of examples yesterday, Chat GPT, Gemini, blah, blah, blah. Right? So DeepSeek, all of them are going to be your Gen AI. Gen AI is not going to predict. See, AI application has to predict, but Gen AI is going to be generating the content or the generating the text or audio, video. For example, Chat GPT and everything. Today, you have to ask a question input. These inputs are called as a prompt. Because of this, prompt engineering became so popular, and don't join prompt engineering courses, you will get 20 30,000 rupee jobs. Digital marketing people may be learning prompt engineering courses. Prompt engineering is not a Gen AI, simply giving input to the AI applications. Don't jump into prompt engineering courses. There is no use at all. I'm telling you. Today, people are talking about agentic AI. It is going to be taking decisions. Lot of things we're going to be having as part of Gen AI. Gen AI is part of AI. Clear? I was talking about a lot of things in yesterday. And see, we need data. Data science needs a data. Even your data analytics needs a data. But the question is, what is the data size? End of the day, data we need to have it. But what is the size of the data the companies have? This is what is very, very important. Yesterday, I was talking about. Okay, so today let us start the demo number two. In that, what is very, very important? Size matters, right? I was talking about my own company data yesterday. My own company is Go Online Trainings. How many inquiries I will get every month? Only 1,000 inquiries. Okay, all the data where I'm storing all the data in Excel, or I may use pen and paper. I take a pen and paper, write in a student name, student phone number, email ID, and I will be able to store the data. But today I'm using a laptop. I'm storing all the data in my Excel sheets. Let me show you my data, which is there in my company. So this is sample data. I wanted to show it to you. So whenever you come and ask me, sir, my name is Raj. My name is Raj, and I wanted to have a Java course. I'm a male, and data of inquiry, phone number, email ID, all the data I'm going to be writing. And he paid 1,000 rupees, and paid date is this. And Anushka asked for SQL course, female, and she did not join the course. It is a blank. John is inquired for the course, and he paid 2,000 rupees. Peter is asked for the Power B. He joined Power B course, paid $1,300. Something like that. I have some data. Muhammad is asked for the course. He did not join. This is my data. Where I'm storing the data, I'm storing the data in Excel. Why? Because all the data every month I get 1,000 inquiries only. Even though I keep 12 months data, it will become a 12,000 rows. 12,000 rows, approximately 5 MB of data. That's it. Or 2 MB of data. This is 1 year data I'm talking about. So 1 year data, where I can store in Excel. That is sufficient. Even though I have 10 years of data, it may not be 50 MB or more than 100 MB. So still I will be able to store 10 years of data. 10 years of data also I can store in Excel sheets. Why? The data is very small amount of data. So this sheet is going to be storing my data. And I wanted to create a lot of reports. This is what is called, I'm going to be doing a lot of computing operations. Computing, or I do lot of processing of my data. What is the processing I am talking about? How many people have joined for, inquired for Power BI? Two people. How many people have inquired for SQL? Two people. How many people have inquired for Java? One guy. How many people are inquired for in the month of February? How many people are, March month? How many people have, inquired? So, how many people have paid the fee? What is the total amount? And what is the amount collected in February month? What is the amount collected in the March month? I wanted to create lot of reports. That's it. What is called computing or processing. What I do, I ask my team to generate these reports. So they will be giving me, Bhaskar sir, in number of inquiries, Power BI, 1,700 inquiries I got it. MSBA, SQL, Python, DevOps, Java, like that, we may be writing a lot of courses. The number of inquiries, I'm going to be getting it. This is one report. Second report they will be giving, sir, fee collected January. This is the amount collected February, for this course. Like that, they are going to be filling the data. This is simply a report. Clear? This is my data. I don't need the data. Why should I need the data? I need always reports. These reports are called as today dashboard. Okay, reports are called as today what, Nana? Dashboards. Today, people does not see these boring numbers. Instead of that, they'll say go to insert. They say you go to this chart, create a one beautiful chart and send it to me, Bhaskar. I'll ask my team, hey Rajesh, hey Peter, you're my executive, create one report. So Excel sheets we can use to create a reports also, dashboards also. Power BI, MSBA is equal. Python is a number one course. I can see very easily. Number two course is called SQL. Number three course is called Power BI. And number four is this. And DevOps, where I don't have any proper income. So, as a manager of the company, I wanted to discuss why it is happening. Everything is good. Why DevOps is not doing? Because as a manager, I wanted to take care of my business. If I'm the CEO of the company, my boss is going to be asking why the sales is not happening in that product. What is the reason for it? Then I'll ask DevOps why is not happening properly. Then I got an input saying that faculty is not good, or faculty only teaching in the morning, but we need more evening trainings, or faculty wanted to have only weekend batch, but everybody is asking weekday batch. Daily Monday to Friday we need more classes, but faculty is busy that time. He's working a professional, so we are not able to hire them. So some reasons are there. So by seeing the data, what you can do, you can take the decisions. You can know what is good and what is bad by seeing a single dashboard, single report, single visualization. So what is a data analytics? Data analytics means you take the past data and you convert data into a summary, and after that you created visualizations. And using visualizations, a CEO, CTO, managers in the company will be able to take a decisions to improve the business. That is called as business intelligence or a data analytics. Clear? End of the day, we don't use raw data as it is. We are going to be converting all the data into what? Meaningful insights. So, how did I convert this? I have taken the raw data. Where is my raw data? Raw data is here. So, using this data, you cannot understand anything here. But when you convert the data, a lot of meaningful insights you will be able to have it. So which month, what is good, what is bad, where I need to concentrate on, blah blah blah. So what is business intelligence and data analytics means? Take the past data, create a meaningful insights, and take the proper decisions to improve your business is called as a data analytics or business intelligence. But the problem is that we need to have only small amount of data. That is when we can use Excel sheets, right? Excel can store and you can process, means created tables and everything. It is started in 1970s itself. But the problem, everybody will not have Excel data. Think about Amazon data. Amazon data will be in GBs, right? Amazon company I'm taking now, Amazon data every month, lakhs and millions you will be able to get it. This data you cannot store them in Excel. You need to use SQL and RDBMS tools. And this is where we have Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, Netezza, Sybase, PostgreSQL. All of them are called RDBMS tools, or you can say SQL. So when you have a GBs of data, how IT industry is going to be storing the data? Not in Excel. So people have to use different tools. This tool is called SQL or RDBMS softwares, RDBMS tools. So these are there 1960s onwards, not 70s. But RDBMS invented in by IT industry. Relational database management softwares have been introduced. If somebody asks you, what is SQL? What is RDBMS? Relational RDBMS means, you can think like this. I have a lot of a gold. Where do I store gold? Gold bank. I have a lot of blood. How do I store the blood in the hospital? Blood bank. Right? I have a lot of data. How do I store the data? Data banks. This data bank is called as a database. Clear? Database means a data bank. So lot of banks are available to store a large amount of companies' data. Clear? Small amount of data means Excel can be used, or you can use paper and pen. Manually, you can write the data. Manually, you can create lot of reports. That is manual work. People are using today Excel and everything. Clear? So today, your data, my data, Aadhaar card data, banking data, Amazon company's data, phone pay data. Where is the data getting stored in IT industry? It is there in SQL or RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Lot of tools are available. Lot of companies have created lot of softwares. These are the popular RDBMS softwares, right? So you have a lot of blood banks in India. Chiranjeevi Blood Bank, Apollo Hospital Blood Bank. You have, Kim's Hospital Blood Bank. A lot of blood banks are available. Like that, if you wanted to put your cash, you need to go to some bank, ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, Deutsche Bank, Citibank. Lot of banks are there to store your cash, right? Like that, if you wanted to store your data, we have a lot of companies came out with RDBMS softwares or SQL software. Number one tool in the world is called Oracle software. What is Oracle? It can store your data. It is a RDBMS tool or a software. SQL Server from the Microsoft. What it is? It is also SQL software, RDBMS software, or simply you can say data bank. Clear? If somebody tells you SQL RDBMS means you need to understand which is a tank or a bank. In the tank, what you do? You put the water, you get the water. In the bank, what you do? You deposit the cash, get the cash. In the Oracle, what you do? You put the data, you get the data. That's it. All of them are called data banks only. SQL means a data bank, a tank. Remember like that. Clear? If somebody says, I'm learning SQL, I'm learning RDBMS, I'm learning Oracle, means you need to understand they are working with the data, especially storing the data in a Oracle, and they're able to retrieve the data from the Oracle. So, depositing the data, withdrawing the data, or retrieving the data. What is the core functionality of SQL? What is the core functionality of SQL means? Store the data, retrieve the data. These are the two functionalities of all of the tools. You can go to any bank. You can go to ICICI Bank. You can go to Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, Teradata, DB2 from IBM. Net is also from IBM. Sybase, any software that you can install in your laptop, you will be able to store the data. So these are the popular tools are available, but if you store data, that is not sufficient. Somebody has to process it. Right? As I told you, if I have 10 and 20, nobody will be looking at raw data. They wanted to have what is a total. Totaling is a processing. Some they wanted to have. But I'm not talking about two numbers here. I'm talking about millions and billions of data. Lakhs of data I'm going to be giving, and I wanted to have a sum. So, who's going to be doing? Languages are going to be used. The Java will go to Oracle, get the data, it will create a sum, and the sum is it is going to be showing it to you. Or Python can be used, go into the Oracle, go into DB2, get the data, it will create a sum or it will create average. So people need to understand languages are there to process the data. Language cannot store your data. Remember. So you cannot ask Python, hey, store my Aadhaar card data. People will laugh at you. Or you cannot ask C or C++ Java, hey Java, store my company's data. People will laugh at you. Java cannot do that. Java is a language which is going to be going to the database, get the data, which is going to be processing. So, what is the disadvantage of a language? Language cannot store your data. Language is going to process your data. Processing means computations, arithmetical operations, summing, minimum, maximum. All of them a language can do. What language cannot do? It cannot store the data. Clear? SQL can store your data. But when I have so much of data, SQL is not meant for processing. SQL is a go down technology. And go downs, what normally we do? We put the items, we store the items for the longer period. Cold rooms are there. So bank lockers are available. We store the gold there, right? RDBMS means data storing and retrieval technology. That is what you got to understand always. Clear? If somebody tells you SQL RDBMS means what? It is a data storing technology, data retrieval technology. That is what you have to understand. Clear? So that is what has happened in IT industry in 1970s. Languages are there before that. Clear? So what language can do, cannot do, I have explained. But today we're talking about Amazon company. Amazon company is getting, you think, every month 1200 500 GB of data, 1 month data. But a 12 months data will become 6000 GB, which is equivalent to 6 terabytes of data. Now tell me, if we have this much of a data for 1 year, I'm talking about Amazon company or Phone Pay company data. 10 years data, 1 year, 6 terabytes of data into 10 years means 60 terabytes. Slowly, what you have to understand, this GBs of data will become terabytes of data. That data where will you store? So, IT industry invented one more technology called data warehouse technology. Clear? So normal data you will be able to store up to GBs of data you can store in SQL, but when you have terabytes of data, billions and crores of rows, when you have it, there is a technology called data warehouse is implemented. You should not write a data space warehouse, or you should not be writing like this, or you should not be writing like this. That is a data warehouse is a single word. So this is a tool. Tool means a software. Okay, na? So normally SQL is going to be there to store your data. But what is a data warehouse? Data warehouse means large hardware inside, again SQL softwares are going to be installed. Remember that. For example, I wanted to buy one laptop. So what is my laptop configuration? 1 terabyte of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and some processor. And if I install SQL, any Oracle software, if I install, maximum data I can put here 1 terabyte. Why? Hard disk capacity is 1 terabyte. So the capacity is only 1 terabyte. Okay, my friend bought one more computer, 150 terabyte of hard disk, 100 GB of RAM, and a lot of processor running. So when you install SQL, and what is the data I can insert now? The hard disk capacity is 150 terabyte, right? So this is a bigger hardware. Software is the same. This will be Oracle data warehousing machine. This is simply your laptop. Clear? So, what is the moral of the story? Data warehouse is also having the same software SQL. SQL means Oracle, SQL Server, DB2. Any one software you can install in the large, bigger computer. Hardware is too much big. So, if you install the software, it can accommodate large amount of data. So, that kind of a computer or a server is called as a Oracle data warehousing server or a machine. Clear? All the data warehousing machines, these servers, server means a bigger computer. Remember, whenever I'm saying a server means a bigger computer, so these computers or servers are available in a data centers. Many people are going to be talking about today data centers. Have you seen data centers worldwide? I will show you a lot of data centers in India. Now, when you go to images, now this is one data center. Have you seen? These are bigger computers. People are going to be working this. So this is a data center image. Clear? Very bigger computers that you're going to be having. See how much big it is. It is one data warehousing machine. It will be one machine, one data warehousing machine. Not your laptop size. Very bigger computers are going to be having. So this is what is called a data center. Clear? These data centers are maintained by IT companies like Microsoft, Google, Capgemini. All the companies are going to be maintained. Coimbatore also have. Kolkata has. Many places in India data centers are managed today. Clear? Data centers are managed by IT companies. Like you people will be managing the data centers. Clear? If somebody asks you what is a data warehouse means, layman, what is your answer? It is going to be a large hardware with SQL. But if you want it to store, I can store it here. But who's going to be processing? Processing purpose, I can use a language more complex and more coding. Again, many people asked IT industry, don't give us the coding software. Give no coding, low coding software to process the data. Then IT industry implemented BI tools, business intelligence tools called data analytics tools in year 2000. SAP BI, SAS BI, Oracle BI, MS BI, Microsoft BI, Tableau BI, Power BI got launched. Clear? So when you have a large amount of data here, I don't want to coding. I cannot do Java coding, Python coding, .NET coding to create lot of charts, reports, because I have so much of a data. Even Excel I cannot use it. Right? I don't want to use this. We need some tools, no coding, low coding tools. That is the demand. Many clients have asked, many customer asked to IT industry in year 2000. These many tools have been released. BI tools means data analytical tools. So year 2000. So you have SAP BI, SAS BI, Oracle BI, simply reporting tool, visualization tool, one tool, complex, costly, no coding, but only one tool. In 2005, almost 15 years back, Microsoft released three tools into the market. One is called SSIS, second one is called SSAS, SSRS. These are called Microsoft BI software. When in year 2005. So people have stopped using SAS BA, SAP BA because only one reporting tool. Now they are getting one is called ETL tool, analysis tool, and reporting tool. Microsoft big brand easy. This tool is free. Microsoft is given for free, and these are very very complex and costly. Many companies stopped using these tools. SAP BA, SAS BA, no coding, but even though no coding, complex and costly. Because of this, MSBI became so popular. Clear? But in year 2010, what is happened? One more company called one more company called Salesforce company came into the market. So this released a software called Tableau BI. After MSBI, you got a Tableau BI. It is a no coding, low coding. You can take big amount of data, create a beautiful reports and visualizations. What is the beauty in Tableau BI? It is self-service BI tool. What is the meaning of self-service BI tool? No technical knowledge is required. Any non-IT people also can create a beautiful visualization. They can process the data. They can see a lot of reports. So lot of things a IT, non-IT guy can do, MBA manager can do, a BCom guy can do, a BSc guy can do, a civil engineering guy also can do. That is the beauty about Tableau BI. Self-service BI means no technical team is required. That is the meaning of this. Am I clear? So Microsoft, this reporting tool, SSRS was reporting tool. It is completely gone because SSRS was a reporting tool. Completely technical team can create a reports. It is not a non-technical tool. MSBA, SSIS people are using. So tomorrow we'll talk about what is SSIS. Tomorrow we'll talk about what is SSAS, and let us concentrate on SSRS. It is a reporting software, creating lot of visualizations. But people stopped using this SSRS software. So Microsoft lost its business because of Tableau BA. Immediately, Microsoft will not keep quiet to give a competition to Tableau BI. Power BI is launched when in 2015. Clear? So 2010 we have Salesforce company launched Tableau BI. In 2015 Microsoft launched Power BI. What is it? It is also self-service BI tool. And This tool is reporting a tool. The problem is costly again, right? Anybody can create a beautiful reports. Housewives, you can create. Non-IT people can work. Everything is good, but this is one reason why Microsoft tool many people started using. It is launched in 2015, right? Cheaper when you compare with the Tableau BI. It is a non-technical people can use a Microsoft brand. It is there. So today, number one tool is Power BI. This is gone. This tool is gone into the market. Okay, completely people started using today Power BI. Tableau BI is a software given by Salesforce company, right? So almost 10 years back, this tool is launched. Today also, it is a rocking. Let me go try to show you the trends. So you can go to Google Trends. So Google Trends, you can go trends.google.com. You can click on explore. Now you can write a Power BI. Okay. Power BI, Microsoft Power BI. Compare with the Tableau BI. Tableau software I'm talking about. Now you compare, now you see this color indicates Power BI, this color indicates a Tableau BI. You can see clearly. You can go up and see what is the Power BI, what is the Tableau BI today. So these two softwares are, when you compare, you can compare anything. One more Google company has given a tool called Looker. Looker is also one more tool by Google company. It is from Microsoft. It is from one more company. It is from one more company. Lot of BA tools are available in the world, but today number one tool is called Power BI. Power BI is launched when in 2010. Clear. So without Power BI, today data analytics is not happening properly. Clear. So number one tool today Power BI, but only it can create a visualization reports. But if you want it to perform ETL operations, SSAS operations, you need to remove this and use Power BI. So compulsorily you need to use reporting tool as a Power BI, analysis tool as a SSAS, ETL tool as SSIS. But what is ETL? Tomorrow I'll talk. Tomorrow I will talk because you need to know in depth of that. Clear? So this is what is the rule that you need to know how MSBI is having prior to the Power BI. But MSBI is a Microsoft BI tool, no coding, low coding. But that today we are not only using crores of data, only terabytes of data means the crores. But today the data is beyond your limitations. Okay, when after year 2000, uh, so after year 2000, so what is happened? These tools have been introduced, that is okay. But after year 2000, social media and internet and hardware become cheaper. Lot of data, hardware become cheaper. Lot of data coming in. That kind of a data is called as a what? That kind of a data, you cannot think about this data. This is a petabyte of data, zettabyte of data, yottabyte of data. You cannot give the size. It is what is called big data, right? So this word big data word given by in 2003 by Google company. Google company is telling, hey guys, we have so much of a data coming. What to do? We are able to, to store only terabytes of data in the data warehousing, but beyond the limitation that data started coming in. What to do? IT industry does not have anything to store. So now there is a company called Apache Software Foundation. It is not a company which is a charitable organization. Foundation means a charitable organization. This Apache spoken to Google and they have uh, written a paper on big data. So if you have so much of a data, first how to store? Then after storing it, the next one, how to process, because why are we storing the data? I would like to use the data for the processing. I wanted to know number, what is the sales, the number of customers, a lot of things I want to understand. Okay, for example, if Amazon is selling the sales, they wanted to see a lot many things, right? They wanted to see what is the sales in Hyderabad, what is the sales in Bangalore, what is the sales in Dubai, what is the sales in last year, what is the sales in last Ramadan, what is the sales in last Diwali, what is the sales in last 5 years of Diwali, Ramadan, last 1 year sales versus current year sales, last, iPhone sales versus current model iPhone sales. Lot of reports the companies wanted to see. Clear? When you have so much of a data, not only storing is the biggest problem, because you need to have computers and computers, because we're talking about this much of a data, where to store. So Apache company has given a software called Apache Hadoop. This software is released in year 2006 by Apache company. It is not a company which is a foundation. This software is called free software. Clear? So in this, what we can do? Two things. What are they? One is called, you can store the data. What are the problems? You need to store and process the data. Two things only we are going to be doing. Storing can be done within the Hadoop using Hadoop distributed file system. There is a technique. And the processing of the data, people are using map reduce algorithm. So forget about what is this. We are not worried, but we need to understand, if you have so much of a data in the world, what is the technology that IT industry is using, that you need to know. You cannot say I don't know, right? You need to say Apache Hadoop. It has a lot of issues. Because of that, Apache has released one more software called Apache Spark. Apache Spark. So this got released here also. It is going to be storing the data, and it is going to be processing the data. Clear? So why it is went back means, it is going to be storing the data into the HDFS. HDFS is going to store your data into the hard disk. And here you need to write a lot of Java programming to process. Many people does not love programming. Okay, map reduces a Java programming. All the data will go to the hard disk. Because of this is hard disk means data will be slow. Java program means everybody say no, 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 we cannot try it, complex. Because of these two reasons, Hadoop is gone. Big data Hadoop is gone. Apache Spark is released in year 2009. Very short span, 2006 to 2009, 3 years of span. It is telling, hey, I am going to be storing data into the RAM, and I'm going to be storing data into the Scala language. This is easy. Then people said, why only Scala? Can't I use Python? Yes, Python is today very easy language. Clear? When you compare with the Java, when you compare with the C++, Java, what are the easiest languages in the world? Any kid also can learn today, Scala or Python. Python is more powerful than Scala. Python is more, friendly program today. That is the reason everywhere Python. You learn data science, AI, Python. You learn data engineering, Python. You talking about some institutions are talking about data analytics, Python, Python, Python. Why Python? Python is released in 1990s. It is not a new language, very old. But that time it was not popular. What is the problem today? Gen Z people does not want to code. Everything they wanted to complete just like that. So they don't want to code. They need easy language. So IT industry started using Python because it is easy. Only one reason. It is easy. That is the reason today people stopped using Java, Scala, or C++. Many languages are competing with the Python today. Only one thing, Python is easy. Clear? Python, anybody can learn. Even you're a 10 times failure guy, you can learn minimum 30 days of Python program in YouTube. You can also understand what small programming. Small programming. Python is very, very easy. Clear? So today we have these many things. So today, the data we're talking about today, the data can be in files, Excel file, or any file. Or if it is a KBs or megabyte of data. Yesterday I have drawn this diagram. If it is a GBs of data, companies are storing, IT companies are storing SQL. If it is a terabyte of data, data warehouse can be used, right? It is a small data, it is a medium sized data, it is a large data, but after year 2000, the size is completely Excel data, double Excel data, it is a triple Excel and XXXL Excel data. We don't have the number. So this data is called as what? Big data. Right? Big data, where are we storing? It is a petabyte, zettabyte. We're talking about Hadoop and Spark can be used. Hadoop and Spark can be used today. All your data, your social media data, your chart data, even Amazon data, phone pay data. We're talking about your Instagram data, photos, audios, videos, YouTube, all the data. Where it is? It is there in the Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark. Only on this data, the companies are generating applications. What applications? You can have any data, small data, GBs of data, data warehousing data, or Hadoop or Spark data. On this, two applications are working today. One is called AI is working today. Second one is called BI is working today. So AI is Chat GPT. You know Chat GPT. What kind of an application it is? It is a AI application, generative AI application. Where is the data? Chat GPT data. It is in AI. Is there in Hadoop and Spark only? What is the data? So if it is, think about a 500 petabyte of data, which is equivalent to 1,000 Himalayas size. So which software is storing your data? Apache Spark. AI, if you wanted to run business intelligence means data analytics. If you wanted to run these applications, you need to store data either here or here or here or here. Somewhere data has to be there. But today, bigger data means Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark is the program that your Chat GPT is working on. But who's going to be giving you this data? Who's going to be giving you this data? Who's going to be storing the data? There is a team called data engineering team. So who's going to be preparing Apache Spark and Hadoop? Somebody has to be there, right? So who's going to be preparing the food at home? Mother. Somebody has to be there. Who's going to be bringing the vegetables? Father, right? But who's going to be bringing the data in the company? Data engineering team is going to be maintaining Apache Spark computers, and all the computers are available in data centers only. Data warehousing machines, SQL machines, all the machines are part of your data centers only. That is the data. Data is going to be there. Without data, Python cannot work, AI cannot work, BI, business intelligence called as data analytics cannot work. Today, why data is important? Why data engineering is important? Because without a data engineering team, your AI cannot work, right? Your BI, your data analytics cannot work. That is the reason I'm talking about data analytics, AI, and data engineering. These three will be working together as long as you have a data in the IT industry. Without a data, no company will be there. So that is the reason I'll ask everybody to come towards data side rather than go into the programming side. Python, Java, all of them are heavy coding, heavy programming, and don't directly jump into AI. AI is more costly, but you have data analytics, no coding, low coding, data engineering, where you are going to be working towards data warehousing, SQL, Spark, and Hadoop. Clear? If you learn big data technologies like Spark and Hadoop, you will become a data engineering team. Data engineer is the guy who is going to be getting the data, cleaning the data, storing the data, depends upon the size. If the data size is GBs, you create a SQL in data centers. If the data size is in terabytes, you're going to be creating a data warehousing machines and storing the data. And if it is a big data, then you create Apache Spark and Apache Hadoop machines, bigger computers. you store the data. So day by day, data is getting increased. That is the reason next 5 years, data engineering will be the number one position. Number two, AI. Number three, data analytics. I'm talking about next 5 years. But you have a much more scope for these technologies. We're talking about so data oriented technologies. I am working towards data analytics in 2003. People does not know about data analytics. My mentor Srinivas Ranganathan told me, Bhaskar, you should come towards the data side. Don't go into program side. I told my mentor, Mr. Srinivas Ranganathan, right? He was from IIT Madras, IIM Bangalore, currently working in ISB, Indian School of Business, Hyderabad as a mentor. He was a Citibank ex-president and Wipro ex-president in Wipro. And that guy told me, Bhaskar, you should jump into data analytics, business intelligence. Now, the next era, next decades are going to be completely data era. People who are learning towards these technologies will gain much more salaries, much more income. So my friends who are into Java, .NET, they're still able to get very little package, lesser packages. But my package is rocketed like anything. Clear? So today also you have much more opportunities worldwide. Less coding and no programming means data analytics. Data engineering you need to have Python and SQL. SQL you need to know. Python coding you need to have if you want to become a Hadoop and Spark because Apache Spark will have a Python, right? SQL is all the people should learn SQL. Are you clear? So that is what is the demo number two. Demo number three, I'll be talking about what is SSIS, what is SSAS, what is SSRS, what is Power B. I have given you only introduction today, and I will be giving complete things in the next class. That is the final demo tomorrow. I have given you payment details, and if you have any questions, so SSIS and SSAS part of what MSBA, right? So this you need to learn 25 hours, no coding, low coding, all of them you need to learn. So data warehousing, now you know. Apache Spark and Scala, you're not going to be learning. That is a big data course, data engineering course. That is SQL, you need to know. Power B, you need to. Tomorrow, I'll talk about what is the need for this, what is the need for this, what is the need for this data warehousing. Again, we'll discuss tomorrow. And many people tells me, sir, in my interview, 99% of the questions are from your syllabus. Whether it is a SQL, Power BI, data warehousing, SSIS, most of the questions are from your syllabus, sir. So that is the coverage I'm going to be giving. Completely practical, right? So BCom guys are getting 20, 23 lakhs packages means you can understand, right? So it is more knowledge you're going to be gaining. So tomorrow we'll continue further. All these are BCom MBA guys only, right? There's a big list, thousands of students. I can show it to you guys. And if you have any questions, you're welcome. So tomorrow will be the final class, and we'll continue further. And data analytics is understanding the past. Data science is completely predictions. Okay, make the machine intelligent is what is called AI, and use that machine for your support. So how machines can become intelligent by using this algorithm, clustering, classifications, and regression. So these things you need not worry because we are not going to learn AI today. Clear? Chalo guys. Any questions? If you have, you are welcome. So 3 months time you can give me, 100 days of time you can give me, minimum 3 months of time. You will be able to do wonderful things. I am assuming that many people does not know anything about IT industry. I am starting my course assuming that you don't know anything about IT industry. But today, now you know what is SQL, what is RDBMS, you know what is a BI, right? What kind of a data you have. Depends upon the size of the data. You need to store the data in different places. Only these four Excel files or SQL or data warehousing or Hadoop or the Spark. These are the four places your IT industry is storing your data. Clear? Tomorrow will complete the day number 3. That is the final demo, guys. Any questions, you're welcome. Hope you have understood clearly. Did you like the class, guys? Good morning and good evening, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So today is the final demo or last demo. So we have extended the payment link till today. Make the payment today. From tomorrow, this meeting ID will change and you will get a new meeting link. Tomorrow, I'm going to be showing how to install Power BI and SQL in your computer, in your laptop. I'll give you today what kind of a laptop configurations that you need to have it, right? So let me go to Naukri.com and explain how many jobs we have. If you simply go to Naukri.com and look for only Power BI, so don't mention anything. If you simply put Power BI or Power BI developer, how many jobs you will be able to get? Power BI has almost 9,319 jobs. What are they asking? Power BI, Windows, SSRS, data warehousing. All of them we cannot learn. At least Power BI and data warehousing, SQL, this kind of a things we need to learn. So most of the companies are going to be asking, right? Data warehousing, Azure Data Factory is similar to your SSIS, ETL. I'll be talking about this. SQL, it is mandatory, right? Everywhere SQL is mandatory, right? SQL is mandatory. So you are going to be having SSAS is mandatory, right? So sometimes Python also people are asking. So I am not recommending Python today. Python will become very good course, but at this time learning everything will become useless, right? SQL you need to concentrate more and more. Everybody is going to be asking SQL, right? So if you wanted to become a Power BI developer today, these many jobs are available. But the question, are we capable of handling or giving the interview today? Do you have the full skill? No, people are learning, 1 hour of SQL, 10 days of SQL, 5 days of SQL, 1 week of Power BI. This kind of a people will not get a job forever. Now, let me show you what kind of a laptop you need to buy for this course. I'm using Lenovo laptop. So I want to give you a laptop below 35,000 rupees, not more than that. And 35,000 rupees laptops you can buy 4 GB of RAM and something like that. So any processor, AMD Ryzen processor, and what is the 512 GB disk and RAM capacity probably 4 GB or more than that. So if you have a minimum 4 GB of RAM, you can buy the laptop and the processor can be Ryzen or i3 or i4. Any generation is fine. Any generation is fine. And AMD processor is also good. And minimum 512 GB hard disk or your SSD. So 4 GB of RAM is the minimum. Any processor. And the third configuration, 512 GB of hard disk need to have. That's it. This is the one. And 35,000 rupees is sufficient for you to buy. Let me give the link. If you wanted to order this, you can go ahead and order the laptop. Okay. So this is the one you need to get it. People who missed yesterday's class, today you will be able to get that class. If you don't get it, you can just call me on this number or ping me. This is my direct number. You will be able to get previous two demos. This is my direct number. So for the lab support, daily you need to connect with me in the evening. We'll be having one-to-one lab support in the evenings anytime, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whenever you get a free time, just ping me or call me so that we can connect one-to-one using different meeting ID. I will be able to sort out your issues. Right? So make a note of this number. People who are new, you need to fill the form and try to join this. So if you're not able to fill the form, at least send me a hi message with your name and email ID. I can give you these forms. Chalo, guys. So this is one thing I'm recommending. The next one, uh, don't go beyond 30,000 rupees. So 35,000 rupees is fine. So don't buy very costly. More than 35,000 rupees is also Not needed. So this is also very good laptop. You can go in for 30,000 rupees. This is also good laptop you can buy and try to install. If you don't have laptop ready, at least get the laptop within 1 week of time. Not tomorrow, at least 1 week you take and buy a laptop. This one is i3, 8 GB of RAM, and this is also good laptop. You can buy it from Lenovo brand. Lenovo, I'm recommending because I'm using it. So you can use any HP brand, Dell brand, whatever you like. So all of them I'm posting in your chart. You can buy any one of these laptops, right? And 41, 27 is also fine. 33, this laptop is also good, Lenovo brand. So enough, right? So don't buy cheaper laptops and so these are the laptops. You can choose one laptop, minimum 4 GB of RAM, any processor except Celeron processors. Never buy if the processor is AMD Ryzen, it is good. Celeron you never buy. So you will get a laptops with Celeron. So this is, I don't recommend Celeron processor. I don't recommend. So if anybody sees this kind of a processors, you never buy. See, it is cheaper. And what is the processor? Celeron. Never buy these laptops for personal use also. Chal. So today let us continue further. And I want to go ahead and continue the demo number three. And in the demo number three, I'm going to be talking about a use case from Amazon.com. So how Amazon.com is going to be doing data analytics program. So that is what I wanted to implement. And let me quickly jump into my notes. Demo 2, which spoken about how the IT companies are storing your data in different platforms. That is what we have discussed yesterday. And today I wanted to speak about the history about SQL to become a data engineer or a data analyst. SQL knowledge is required. Microsoft is going to be giving you SQL Server. You can also learn Oracle. MySQL is a free course that is also many companies are teaching. But I don't recommend Power BI people to learn MySQL or Teradata. Learn SQL Server. And so this is released in 1970s. SQL is released. RDBMS concept is released in 1970s, but SQL Server history, I want to tell you. This is Microsoft tool. It is released RDBMS tool. It is the first version is released in 1.0 version in 1989 by Microsoft. Okay, it is a purely SQL or RDBMS or database management tool or a software. If somebody says SQL and RDBMS, what is that you should remember? It can store your data, you can retrieve the data. What kind of a data it can store? GBs of data, right? 500 GB, 1000 GB, like that. GBs of data it can store any SQL. Need not be this Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, Teradata. I have given you a couple of names, right? So you need to understand like this. But this is released by Microsoft. The next version is 3.0, then 5.0, then 7.0, then 2000. The version number is 2000. It is released in year 2000. Later, later, you have one more tool got released in 2005. So year is 2005. You can understand. In this also, they have same SQL and database. Database means it can store your data. SQL means it is a language that you can use inside RDBMS to retrieve the data. What is SQL? We can understand later in the classes. In this, they have added MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence got added. So MSBI means what? It is a part of three tools: SSIS, SSAS, SSRS. Three tools got added in 2005, almost 20 years back. Right? What is SSIS? We'll understand today. It is SQL Server Integration Services. It is one application, small application, which is a ETL software. What is the meaning of ETL today? We'll understand. Extract the data, transform the data, and load the data. Remember this. It is going to be extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data. This is the tool, SSIS, which is launched which year? 2005, 20 years back. Now, today, one more tool is also there in MSBA. MSBA means three tools. The second tool is called SSAS, which is what is called analysis tool. So, here we are going to be analyzing the data. We'll do a lot of analysis in this data. Okay. And here we are going to be creating a lot of cubes. We are going to be creating a lot of cubes. What normally we do today, we'll understand. We are going to be processing the data. What is the processing? Already I told you in first demo number one, but today we elaborate more. So the next one I'm talking about SSRS, reporting services. Now, this reporting service is where people can create a lot of reports and dashboards, right? So, lot of reports and dashboards, lot of visualizations. You will be able to create visualizations, charts. You will be able to create. So, any reporting tool can be used to create a report. Lot of beautiful visualizations. Excel is also number one reporting tool. When you go to Excel, and when you write some data, let me write. For example, January sales is at $20 million, February sales is at $12 billion, March sales is, let us say, $4 million or million, some data you have. This data you take it, go to insert, go to these are the charts, go to one chart and click on like this, you will be able to see the chart. Now tell me, what is this? It is a visualization. We are able to create a lot of reports with the help of Excel. But why Excel is not used today? Why are we using Power BI? Limited data. Now, today we are talking about a terabyte of data, petabyte of data. That data Excel cannot handle it. Right? I told you yesterday, right? If you wanted to go to America, you can use a flight. But does not mean that a flight is so powerful. I wanted to go to moon or the Mars. Can I use a flight? No, you need to change the tool. Excel can do beautiful things, but Excel is not the ultimate application to create uh, visualizations for unlimited data. You cannot do that. That is where Excel is failing. When Excel is failing, Power BI is starting. Right? When Excel is failing, Power BI is starting. So that is what you need to understand. If the flight cannot be used to go to moon or the Mars, you can use a rocket. Clear? But rocket cannot be used for, to go to America from India. No, you cannot use like that. For small data, the better go in for Excel only, right? Because unnecessary licenses and everything will be there in Power BI. Small data, number one reporting tool is Excel sheets only, even today. But if you know Excel, companies will recruit you and give you 20,000 rupees salary. So never, never say you know Excel, right? If you know Excel, you have 7 years of non-IT job. I have only learned Excel there. After that, I moved to SQL and Power BI. Last 3 years, I'm creating a lot of reports using Power BI. That point will increase your salary. All right. So these are the things. So when you install SQL Server in your computer, so all of them will be installed. What is the current version SQL Server we have today? We have many versions got released. So 2008 is the next version. Then 2012, then 2014, right? 2014, then 2016. Okay. Then 2019. Today, 2022, we have. I'm going to be giving you this software. You will be able to get it today once you make the payment. So, tomorrow, I'll show you how to install either this version or this version you can install. So to install this, what is the configuration that you need to have? I have given you Windows 10 or 11 is required. Okay. And we need to install Microsoft SQL Server. Which version? 2019 or 2022. Then Power BI we are going to be installing. So tomorrow, this is the softwares that you need to install. So when you install this version, you will get a SQL plus MSBI also will get installed, right? So don't worry about it. What is the hardware? Hardware just now I told you what kind of an hardware you need to have. Minimum 4 GB of RAM and 512 GB of disk or SSD and any processor except Celeron. Okay, I don't recommend Celeron processors and any processors you can buy i3, i4 or AMD, all of them you can buy. Okay, so blah blah blah. So this is the laptop and software configuration. If you don't have Windows 10 or 11, you need to go to hardware shop and upgrade yourself. If you don't have a laptop ready, get the laptop within weeks time. Okay, so this is what we're going to be understanding today. SSRS is gone. Today we are going to be using Power BI and SSIS and SSAS we are going to be using in the real time also. And let me give you a use case. Okay, so today I'm talking about demo number 3 and what is the use case. I'm talking about today Amazon company wanted to analyze their data. They have so much of data worldwide. Amazon company wanted to do data analysis, data analytics or analysis they wanted to do on their data. Why data analytics? To understand the past. That is what we discussed. So how the company is growing last 5 10 years, they wanted to see city by city, country by country, year by year, festival by festival, they wanted to analyze. Last 5 years, Ramadan sales in India. Last 5 years, Diwali sales in India. Last 5 years, Christmas sales in India. Like that, a festival, seasonality variations they wanted to know. Or month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year, so product by product, like that, they want to have category by category, men category, women category, shoes category, furniture category, electronics category, TVs category, phones category, mobile phones, iPhone versus different brands or Samsung, like that. They wanted to analyze the past data because so much of a sales is happening worldwide today in Amazon company. Clear? Now, you ask them, sir, where is your data? That is the first question you ask. Because if you wanted to do analysis, you need to have the data. This is the raw material, right? So if you ask where is the data, they will have a lot of issues, a lot of challenges with the data. Bigger company will have a lot of issues with their data. The first issue they'll say, Bhaskar, the data is not available in a single location. Location is the biggest issue. Some of the data in US, some of the data in India, some of the data in Japan, some of the data in Dubai, some of the data in Singapore, like that, some of the data in Sweden, right? So they'll say, we are running a business all over the world. We are storing the data locally. India data, they cannot store it in the US. If they store like that, India servers will not respond. For example, I wanted to go here and search. So if the data is stored in America, means you don't get a quicker response. Clear? Locally, the companies are going to store this data. When you click on this, immediate fraction of less than 2 milliseconds it has to load. Less than 1 millisecond it has to load. That means this data locally it has to be stored. Technically, I'm speaking. Clear? It cannot be stored in America. It cannot be stored in Australia, even though it is American company. Locally, they're going to be storing somewhere. Maybe in Delhi, maybe in Hyderabad, maybe in Gujarat, maybe in Jaipur. We don't know. Somewhere the local store is going to happen. This is one issue. They wanted to see companies' data. Even in India, they don't store all the data in single place. Some data will be in Hyderabad, some data will be in Jaipur, some data will be there in, let us say, Delhi. Like that, they are going to be storing their data in different data centers. Clear? So location is the biggest issue for you to gather complete data. Second issue is that environment. The different platforms they may develop in India, they may be using, let us say, Java. In India, when you open, it may be .NET or it may be Python web application, or you may use Android application in your phone by the Amazon product, or you may be using Apple iPhone. iOS application is running there. So, and some of the data may be in Excel sheets, some of the data may be in CSV files, notepads. We don't know where is their data. The data is not there in single place, data is not there in single application, and different applications are running for one business. Remember, it is Amazon company, one business, only one. People are going to be launching and buying the products. Clear? Where is the data getting stored? Different places, different applications they're being used. And what is the size of the data? It is, they may have small size data if the sales is not happening, or medium size means they may have gigabyte or terabytes of data, very large size data, or they may have extra large data also, Excel size data or a double Excel, triple Excel data, that is extra large data. This kind of a data is called as a big data. We don't know. So if we have a small size data, smaller hardware, in a configuration, environment capacity will be somewhat minimum hardware is required. But when you have extra large data, more hardware, more people, more internet, router configurations, lot of things you need to include, right? So all of them you have to think about it. Now, what about accuracy of the data? That is Amazon data. Do you guarantee that it is a clean data? Somebody gives you data. You go to supermarket and buy some vegetables, potato, tomato. Do you think that even though you're buying vegetables from supermarket or online, do you clean the vegetables or do you cook as it is? So, whatever be the data the Amazon is giving, accuracy means how clean it is. Can I use this data as it is? Answer is no. Low accuracy, or it may be having medium accuracy, or it may be having high accuracy. High accuracy means very cleaned data. I can use ready to eat food. You cannot need not clean the food, simply boil and eat it. Maggie noodles. No need of cleaning. Everything is cleaned already. You simply use the ready to eat food. So, but 90% of the time we don't use ready to eat food, right? We are going to be getting raw vegetables or chicken. We are going to be cleaning them. We are going to be peeling them. We are going to be doing a lot of circus on the raw material. So, for the data analytics or the data science, the biggest issue is this issue. What is the issue? Issue is data is not ready to use data. So you have a potato. Do you think that potato can be used as it is? No, 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 no. You have to do a lot of circus. Get the potato, put the water and clean. Step number one. Step number two, peeling the potato. That is step number two. Step number three, cutting the potato. That is step number three. Step number four, putting the potato into salty water. And step number five, and soak them for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and add the turmeric and the pepper, and fry them into the your oil, right? How many steps we have done? So to eat your potato, you are not going to be taking the potato as it is. A lot of steps are involved. So if somebody gives you data, data cannot be used as it is. We are going to be peeling, cutting, and putting into oil and adding salt. A lot of circus is going to be happening. This circus is called as a transformations technically, right? Peeling a potato, cleaning a potato, cutting a potato, adding salt to the potato. Transformation number one, two, three, four, right? If you get a tomato, you need to ask how tomato can be used. You ask your grandmother. So grandmother will say, "Hey, tomato puree I need, Bhaskar. So what I should do? I need to clean tomato and put them into grinder, make a tomato puree. So that is how my grandmother wanted to use. I asked my mother, how you wanted to use a tomato? My mother is going to say, you cut them in slices. I would like to use in my salad. Now tell me, different transmissions are applied on the same potato, same tomato. My grandmother is needing tomato puree, my mother needs a tomato slices. Now it is also tomato, that is also tomato. Different transformations are applied so that you will get different shapes to the data, different shapes to the tomato. Clear? How you wanted to use your data, based on that you need to transform. So before transform, you need to clean, right? So cleaning 1 kg potato is easy, but cleaning 100 ton potato will be difficult. Clear? So here we are going to be using bigger machines to clean and make the accuracy more clear. So what is the biggest challenge in the data? Data cleaning, data readiness. And that too will have bigger sizes of data because of these two things. And the data cannot be in single location, single environment. That is also one more biggest challenge. Locational also biggest challenge. Like that, you have much more challenges in the data. Data is not ready to use data. It is not ready to, take it as it is. Very smallest time, or 0.0001, the data may be more accurate. Otherwise, most of the time you need to clean the data. So that is when we are going to be using ETL tools. Extracting the data means get the data from here, get the data from here, get the data from here. Extracting means reading and loading, getting the data from the different sources. Transformation means, I told you, cleaning the data, making the standards of the data, cutting, peeling, then applying salt, putting the turmeric, put them into oil. All these steps are called transformations. Then finally, you are going to be dumping your cleaned data, load and put them into cold rooms, or you need to keep your potato chips, or puree, you need to save them in your refrigerators, cold rooms. Clear? So which tools I'm going to be using means ETL tools are going to be used. That is what you need to understand. Any company is going to be using one tool called ETL tool. Okay, you go to a company will have data in different computers, different servers. This data belong to which company we're talking about? This company belong to OLTP databases. This data belong to Amazon company. What is OLTP? We'll talk. Okay, we need to, I have given you one more thing now. OLTP data. OLTP means what? Online transaction processing. Okay, what is this? We'll talk about it. So don't worry about it. So this data is source data, Amazon fresh data, online. Okay, transaction processing. Transaction means what? Whatever you do in the real time today, transaction. In Telugu, transaction means lavadevi. In Telugu, right? So transaction means what? You're buying a product. That is a transaction. You're canceling the order in Amazon, a transaction. You're inquiring for the course in Go Online. It is also a transaction. You're canceling a hotel booking, a transaction, right? You're doing anything today in the world, that is a transaction, right? Every transaction will have a data. Who's going to be capturing the data? That application is going to be capturing. For example, you go to Walmart today, or a Big Basket today, Big Bazaar today, you buy some products. When you go to billing counter, a bill is generated, a transaction code buying the products got completed. All your data is going to be saved in the Walmart computer or Big Basket computer. You go to bank and you try to withdraw some cash. That is a transaction. The data will be stored in the banking server computer. Server means a bigger computer. You use a phone pay, you pay the fees today. You transfer some funds today. What will happen? In your bank account, some transaction is going to be happening. That is cash withdrawal. In my account, cash deposit is going to happen. These are two transactions will happen. Plus, phone pay also record this. Whatever you're doing, PhonePe also stores its data in its own server. So three places the data will get written, updated, modified. So three transactions are going to happen when you do one cash funds transfer. Clear? Like that everywhere, whatever you're using it today, all these are called as OLTP applications. OLTP means online transaction processing. Whenever you do any kind of a uh, transaction, the data is going to be captured. OLTP always will have fresh data. Remember this. OLTP means what? Fresh data. Now tell me, if I go and make EMI, loan EMI today to my bank, what is that? Fresh data. You go and buy Amazon one laptop today. What is that? Fresh data. You go book my show and book a movie ticket today. What is it? It is a fresh data. So OLTP means it can be any computer, any application which is going to be storing a fresh data. That is what you need to understand. It may be in US, it may be Java application, right? So US people connecting to the Java and buying a lot of products. In India, we may be using a .NET application that we do not know. As a layman, do you know what is application this is all about? Do you know what application, how they have developed? They may be using Java, Python, .NET, Angular, JS. I don't know, but I'm not worried also. But simply I go and buy it. So this is what is called as I'm using. Or some people may call center. Call center may be in Dubai, but call center may have Excel data. That is also Amazon data only. Lot of written products data, complaints data will be here like that. They may have some data in SAP and a lot of inventory data, this data. It may be there in, let us say, Singapore. So all the data belong to them only. And this data is a fresh data. So what you do? You are going to be getting this data. I wanted to get this data from here. I would like to get the data from here. I wanted to get the data from here. All the data I wanted to take and perform ETL operations on this. What is the meaning of it? SSIS I'm going to be using. SS means SQL Server Integration Services, which is going to be extracting the data, reading. And transforming means cleaning. Transformation means I told you already. Transform the data and load. So where is going to be loading? All the data it is going to be getting from different servers. It is putting into a single place. This place is called as staging computer. Staging means a temporary. Staging server. Compulsory, you need to know these terminologies. So the all the terminologies, you need to know technical knowledge. You need to have temporary space. So here you are going to be doing data cleaning activity. Okay, you get the data. You are going to be dumping the data. All the data cleansing is going to be happening here, right? So this is a bigger computer. And what software we're going to be installing here? It is going to be having SQL software only. Some software you need to have. Buy a bigger computer. What software we're going to be installing in the staging server? SQL. SQL means what? Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, MySQL. Any one bigger computer going to be buying, install the server and get all the data from here. You're going to be keeping it here. Data cleansing is going to be happening. Means what? You may remove duplicates. If you have a dupes data, remove it. If you have a misspelled data, correct it. Correct misspelled data. Can you guarantee that you don't have any spelling mistakes in the data? You have thousands of mistakes and you need to fill the blank data. Fill in blank values. Sometimes people will not fill all the data, fill in a blank value. Sometimes you have to convert the data. For example, rupees is there, convert into US dollars. Convert. Sometimes you need to split the data or merge the data. You do blah blah blah. So all of them are called data cleansing activities. Clear? Data as it is cannot be used. I have given you tomato. We are not going to use as it is. We are going to be using salad means slices. Tomato puree means grinding. Same tomato. Or sometimes a tomato we put them into the oil and make a tomato pickle or something like that. So tomato can be in different forms later. So however you want it to eat, you need to have the requirement and convert like that. So same data I wanted to see differently. For example, you buy the laptop today in Indian rupees, but Amazon CEO wanted to see the Indian rupees into American dollars. He does not understand INR, right? He wanted to convert all the profits and sales into USD. So that is his requirement. Now tell me what is the total sales happened in India? We'll say 120 crores. He will say, let us say $1 billion, like that. Because 1 billion is equivalent to 100 crore. $1.2 billion sales happened in India last quarter. So this is how that people will see same data in different standards, formats. So this is what is called conversion. Clear? Data. But end of the day, different way you can see the data. That is how you need to convert the data. This conversion is called as transformation. Clear? Cleaning, data conversion, data transformation, all of them are important on your data. Now, now tell me what will happen. So this is OLTP data means fresh data. You are connecting here. You wanted to buy a laptop today. You go and order one laptop. Some data is going to be written. Like that, people are buying and buying, buying and buying morning to evening. Who's this guy called? End user. End user is buying and buying, buying and buying, buying and buying. One day, these servers are full. Even in America, people are buying. So data is coming and coming and coming and coming. One day, computer is completely full. So one day that will happen. You cannot control. One day this will be full, this will be full, this will be full, this will be full. Completely data is full. Last 6 months data is there. All the computers are full. What I should do? You need to run this software. Now, this is going to be getting the data, dumping all the data here. So, all the data you will be able to get it and make the space for new data. You need to empty these computers. You need to get the data, all the data, you need to bring it and you need to dump it here. You have to make the space available here because again the sales is going to be happening. Again, new data comes. Again, you will be able to get new data next 6 months. These computers will be full again, right? So every day people are buying and buying, buying and buying. But one day, the source computers, the Amazon computers, OLTP computers are getting a fresh data. But after some time, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, sometime, these computers will become full, right? Because they will also have some kind of an hardware that will be full. But what should I do with the old data? 6 months got over, it will become now old data. 1 year data is old data. What should I do? You have to extract all old data once in a year, once in a 6 months, once in a month. Companies are going to be performing ETL operations, extract the data, dump all the data into the staging machine. So here they are going to be cleaning the data. Clear? So clean the data, what will happen? Where the cleaning is process is going to be happening in the staging server, clean the data. What you do? You are going to be taking it from here. This data will be again taken by SSIS and all the data it is going to be dumped on your final server. Okay, this server is called as a data warehousing server. So server means bigger computer, bigger hardware. So what is the server I'm talking about here? Data warehouse server. What I told you, large hardware, but what software? SQL software will be installed. So this is the data warehousing machine, right? So you will be able to get the cleaned data here. So this data is going to come, right? So I'm talking about this data. This data will come here. So here also I'm going to be deleting. I'm so again this copy of the data. This data is again getting filled. All the data will come here. Again, once it is done, once it is cleaned, all the data, next 6 months data also will come here. The next 6 months data also will be going here. So this is the data will get empty. Clear? Like that, every month or every annum, you will be able to get the data, and all the data will be going to where? To the staging area where you're going to be cleaning, and the clean data finally going to the where? In your data warehousing server. I'll give you a simple example. You go to shop number one, buy tomato, potato. Go to shop number two, buy milk and cheese. Go to shop number three, buy fish, chicken, and a lot of vegetables you're buying. So those are the sources for your vegetables. Clear? Now what you do? So this is a shop number one. You think like that. This is shop number one. 1 minute. I want it. Okay. This is shop number one. So you're buying a lot of vegetables here. So what you do? Shop number two, shop number three, all the vegetables, what you do? You are going to be keeping them in temporary place. This is what is called your carry bag. Carry bag means your temporary area, staging server. Temporarily, buying a vegetable, put it into carry bag. You carry a bag temporarily. After coming home, what you do? You open the bag, clean vegetables, clean tomato, everything. Cleaned vegetables, where are you going to keep? Refrigerator. Your cleaned vegetables are available in refrigerator. Your cleaned data is available in data warehousing. That's it. Clear? Carry bag, what is it? Staging area. So you go to a shop, buy good potato and buy good tomato. But do you think that is it 100% cleaned? No. Again, you clean the potato, clean the tomato. So carry bag is a staging area. Clear? But after that, what you do? Carry bag will be empty. All the vegetables will be here. So that is what you need to understand. Data warehouse means a bigger place. Your carry bag will be 5 kg carry bag or 10 kg carry bag, but this will be can handle 1 week of at least 230 liter, 500 liter capacity, of a refrigerator. You will have more and more data coming in. So here you are going to be having a fresh data. Fresh data will come, but after 1 year, after 1 month, the data will go here and here. So this data is historical data. Old data is available in your data warehousing machines. Clear? Every month you assume you are getting 500 GB of data every month. So every month of 500 GB of data you're transferring here. So 500 GB into 12 months data, it will become slowly 6000 GB in 1 year. It will become 6 terabytes of 1 year. 10 years of data, slowly it will become 60 to 100 terabytes of data. So here you're having only 500 GB of capacity, small sizes of computers. But every time you're taking 500 GB, all the data put together 500 GB. You think like that. Every day you're going to be dumping the data, or every week you're dumping the data, or every month you're going to be dumping the data. We don't dump data every day, but at least alternative weeks, alternative months, or 15 days once, 10 days once, depends upon the requirement. All the data will go. This data will be old data, historical data. OLTP will have always a fresh data. Remember that. Okay, that is what you need to understand. So, if somebody asks you what is OLTP and what is OLAP, so this computer is called as, so data warehousing is called as what? It is going to be called as a OLAP system. We have two kinds of a system, OLAP and OLTP. OLAP means the data, fresh data. OLAP means historical data. Remember, you go to Tirumala Tirupati or you go to a church, you put some cash in the hundis or gift box. That is a fresh gift. But once the hundi is full, what do they do? Once in a week, once in a two, once in a 10 days, all the hundis are going to be opened. The gift boxes are going to be opened. All the items that you have donated to the God. fresh items, a fresh gift, gold, jewelry. Some people will put the cash, some people put the coins, some people put lot of things. All of them will be taken and dumped into a bigger locker. The bigger locker is called data warehouse or a bigger storeroom. Again, hundis are empty. People are donating the everyday, items to the God, right? In the churches, in the masjid, in your temples. That is what the hundis are, nothing but your OLTP buckets, right? Hundi size cannot be very bigger. There is a size. It can accommodate 6 months or 1 year of items, or not more than that, right? So at least once in a 6 months, once in a 3 months, the boxes are will be opened, and they're going to be collecting all the items, and all the items will be cleaned and segregated, neatly organized into the bigger locker. The bigger locker is called your OLAP or data warehousing. So fresh data will come here. Who's going to be giving gifts and everything? End users. What is the size of the data here? Small data, small size data. What is the size they may be having? So your hundis and everything, not very bigger ones. Small size means maybe 500 GB of data every month we can accommodate, right? And this read and write data. 80% of the time you are buying more and more products in Amazon.com. You go to a banking computer, you're going to be doing lot of writings. So once in a while you check your balance, remaining time transferring the funds, withdraw funds, more writing is going to be happening in your OLTP applications. Now, what is OLAP? OLAP means what? Online analytical processing. Very, very important interview question. It is not a fresh data, which is historical data. Hmm? It is not small size data. Every month 500 GB, it will become slowly 500 GB into 12 months. It will become slowly terabytes of data, right? So it is historical data, completely read only data. Who's going to be using this history? Not you. It will be used by the business users or the managers in the company. Business users are called your CEO, CFO. Your company management is going to be using this data. Clear? So, whenever you use a banking application, what kind of an application it is? It is a OLTP application. People will ask you in the interview, do you have do you use OLTP application? If yes, tell me what are the OLTP application that you have used. Whatever we are using OLTP, because we create a fresh data. You go to Airtel, you recharge your phone, fresh data. You go to bank, apply for a loan, fresh data. You pay EMI, fresh data. You go to Book My Show, and you go to irctc.com, you go to yatra.com, you go to any application, phone pay, Google Pay, whatever be the application, it may be Java, .NET, SAP, XY, Android application, all of them are called OLTP, OLTP, OLTP. OLTP means these applications are used by end users. Lot of data will get generated. It is a fresh data. But someday, phone pay computers also will be become full. So phone pay will be using phone pay OLTP computers and the phone pay OLAP computers or data warehousing computers. Once in a month, old data will go. Today, you booked, for example, you booked one movie ticket. Okay, today. But what about 5 years back? You would have seen Bahubali movie or Avatar movie. Where is the data? Bahubali movie 10 years back, you would have booked the ticket. Where is the data? The data would have gone to from OLTP to OLAP. Book My Show will have two types of computers. One is called OLTP. Fresh data comes, that is your hundis. The next data, old data, once in a month, once in a week, once in a year, the data will be loaded to the OLAP. You need to understand always these two things. OLTP means small buckets, right? You understand like this. You don't have a water supply at home. You are morning 6 o'clock getting a water tanker to the street. What you do? You are going to be taking a bucket. This is your plastic bucket. You think like that. This is your bucket. So you take and catch the get the water in the street. If the bucket is full, what you do? You are going to be keeping the water into this. Again, you will come back with the empty bucket. Like that, you You are going with the bucket, your sister, your mother, your father, four people are carrying the buckets. What is the bucket size? 30, 40 liter, not more than that. So all the people are, capturing the water into the street because you don't have any water supply, you don't have any bore well in your apartment. So morning 6 o'clock water tanker comes, you go with the buckets and you get the water. Here the buckets will become empty. Again you go second time, you again capture the water. So this is second time capturing the water. 30, 40 liters capacity. Data warehouse means a drum. Drum means it will be bigger capacity. Again, you're going to be putting the water here. Again, you go with the empty buckets. Now tell me, why can't you take a drum and go here? And initially, instead of only carrying 30, 40 liters of buckets, why can't you take a drum? Because it is not easy to handle. Why can't we keep data warehousing initially, bigger computer initially? Because if we keep bigger computers, if you have more data, the computer will not respond to the end users. Thousands of people are buying a product, then the computer is heavy, and if it is not responding properly, what will happen? If you have a fat body, can you run quickly? You cannot run quickly. That is the reason OLTP computers, hardware as thin computers. Thin means limited data source. Much more people are going to connect with small size data. Clear? But your OLAP or data warehousing, fat computers, fat means heavy hardware, and nobody is going to be connecting the OLAP. You go to ICICI Bank or State Bank of India, you ask them, sir, in 1995, what was my balance? You ask this question, they'll say, we cannot give you the data because you are connected to OLTP environment of State Bank of India. You have lost 1 year or lost 2 years data. You go and ask, sir, what was my balance in March 31st in my account in 1995 or year 2000? You ask this, we cannot give you. Why they cannot give you? Is there any problem? No problem. They don't have the data in OLTP. You are connected to OLTP, but State Bank of India management is connected to your OLAP. They will analyze the data. Last 5 years, how many loans we have given. Last 10 years, how many loans we have given. Last 5 years, how is the customers rate in India? How many transactions per day happening? All this data can be brought in OLAP only. OLAP, more data, less people are going to be connected. Who are they? Your company management. Clear? You need to understand. But every day you are getting the water from here, directly dumping here. But if you don't clean the water, if you have small dust particles in the water, mother will say, don't throw the water directly, get the water and put it here. So this is one more drum or tank number one. This is a tank number one. You clean the water in this. And tank number two, it is a tank number two. Final water will come. So this is a tank number one. This is a tank number two. Clear? So every day you are lifting the water manually, putting it here, cleaning and putting it here. But my friend told me, Bhaskar, can't you buy a motor pump? So they told me, Bhaskar, don't manually put the water. Buy a motor pump. So I can go and buy lot of motor pumps. This is what is motor pump, right? So motor pump can be connected to everywhere. So this is your ETL. Remember, what is ETL? ETL application means your motor pump. It can connect to buckets, right? So all the buckets you can connect. It can dump into tank number one. So it is working fine. Now it will take now this pump. Okay, can take the water and dump into one more tank number two. So this is one more ETL number one. This is ETL number two. Two pumps I'm you going to use. This pump is going to be putting the water here. We clean the water. Cleaned water will go into the final tank. Right? What is ETL means? It is your motor pumps. Extracting means data importing, exporting application. Control C, control V. What is ETL means? It is a pumping water from one place to another. Not pumping here, it is a dumping or copy and pasting. In your body, blood will be pumped by one device, that is a heart. Heart is also ETL. ETL means what? Extracting the blood from kidney. It is pumping the blood to brain, feet, foot. So everywhere your blood pumping is going to be happening. So pumping the blood, nothing but your ETL activities. Staging means a cleaning area. In your body, what is cleaning area? Kidney. Kidney is a cleaning area. That is staging. Staging means you eat the food, it will go to the kidney, it will filter, right? It will create a blood will be pumped to whole body. So you have ETL in your body, you have a staging area, that is kidney in your body. That is what you need to understand. Clear? But if you have the data here, is it sufficient? Only data, if you clean it here, can I use? The answer is no. I'll take 5 minutes of time. If I have data, cleaned data is available here, that is sufficient. Is it sufficient? Answer is no. What I should do? I need to go and try to process your data. If I have vegetables here in the refrigerator, can I eat the vegetables? No, 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 no. You need to go to kitchen and try to cook the food. Okay, na? So the next one, you have to take the vegetables or raw data, you have to process the data. Where do you process your vegetables? In your kitchen, right? So all the data will be coming here. For example, I have a 10, I have a 20, I have a data, cleaned data, I have it here. But if I've only cleaned the data, cleaned vegetables, tomato, potato, raw chicken, milk is available in the refrigerator, what is the use? Somebody has to go to kitchen and process it. Who's going to be going to the kitchen? Your mother, your father, somebody will go. The kitchen is your SSAS. What is SSAS, Nana? It is your kitchen where you're going to be creating a cube and processing your data. So in kitchen, what normally we do, we are going to be processing. So you make chicken biryani, pizza. So if you have 10 and 20, nobody needs raw data. They need a sum. Processing means sum. Or they wanted to have average. They would like to know minimum. They wanted to have a maximum. Now tell me, who's going to be doing these arithmetical operations and everything? A cube where data processing is going to be happening. I have given you two numbers here. In the real time, do you think that only two numbers? Millions and billions of data. Last 10, 20 years of data you need to process and get the sum. You understand, you take 1 billion data, submit manually, you will know the difficulty. You take trillions of data, billions of data, ask different questions, you go mad. For example, I ask, what is the total sales in India? One sum. What is the sales in India last year? One more sum. What is the sales in India last year only for the Apple iPhone latest model? One more sum. I wanted to know South India sales. I wanted to know North India total sales. I wanted to know last 5 years South India versus North India sales. I wanted to know Apple iPhone each model wise sales only in Hyderabad, only in Bangalore, only in, let us say, Sweden, only in Europe, only in Singapore, only in Asia. Now you ask these many sums, you go mad, right? We are not talking about one sum. We are not talking about one average. We are not talking about one minimum, one maximum. You have unlimited data in your data warehousing. You ask thousands of questions to analyze it. So all the data has to go to the cube, and the cube will be processing the kitchen, right? So you will get different sums. But when you once you cook the food, what you need to do? Okay, I have performed all the arithmetical operations. Processing is done. I have made a good biryani. After that, you need to serve the biryani in a plate, right? Now, what you do? You take this food. You have prepared a lot of food here. This food you need to take it from the cube, from the kitchen, and you create a chart. This is what is your plate I am talking about. This is what is called your Power BI or any reporting tool. Nothing but your plate. All the food will be served in the plate. This plate will be given to your management. Okay. So this is your kitchen. This is your refrigerator. This is your, and after, preparing the food, you need to serve them in the visualizations. So which month is good, which year sales is good. So you are going to be serving the cooked food. You take raw vegetables, clean the vegetables, put them into a refrigerator, go to the kitchen, you cook the, create the, tasty food, and after that you're going to be serving the food to the your boss or your customers. Clear? So this is what is called complete data analytics means. You get the data, store the data, clean the data, put the data into data warehousing, then process the data, then process data used and served to the customers in the visualization chart. They don't ask you all the data what time. They'll ask you one question. Tell me last 5 years Ramadan sales in India. Tell me one report. One report you send. Second, ask you, tell me last 5 years Christmas sales in India. Tell me last 1 year Christmas versus Ramadan sales in India. Like that, they'll ask you thousands of requirements for each and every requirement. A data analyst is going to be preparing the reports, will be giving the report to the management of the company. This guy is called as a business user, means a manager in Amazon.com. But we are end users, you and me are connected here. So that our job only to give the data. Whenever you buy a product, our job is done. So after that, your data will be taken, your data is kept in the OLAP, then your data will be analyzed by one more set of people. Those people are called managers, decision makers. Clear? So data analytics is also called as a decision making software. Data OLAP is also called as a decision making software. Your Power BI reporting always created in the data warehousing environment. Data warehouse means large data, historical data, read only data. On that data, you are going to be analyzing. You never create a reports on OLTP. Why? OLTP will have a last 3 months data, last 1 year data, but companies who wanted to analyze last 20 years of sales, last 5 years of sales, OLTP nobody will analyze. OLTP means online transaction. OLAP means online analytical processing. Analysis is going to be done on which data? Historical data, read only data, large data. Data warehouse means you need to say read only data, large data, historical data, all the data you need to do. Data analysis is not done on OLTP. OLTP means fresh data, small data, right? Read and write data. Analysis is going to be done on the OLAP data. So this is the BI architecture. Hope you understood all these things clearly. So ETL we are going to be learning for 25 days, and SQL also you need to learn for 60 hours, 60 days, and data warehousing we are going to be learning for 10 days. SSAS cube for 5 days, and Power BI for almost 60 days. So this is the complete course that you need to know. So this is what we are going to be giving. So from tomorrow, we are going to be learning SQL Server, Power BI, SSIS, and data warehousing. So more importance will be given to SQL Server and Power BI, SSIS. All of them, even though these are important, 40% of the weightage in the interview, 60% of the interview weightage for only for the SQL. But we don't have any online live classes for the SQL. So we are going to be giving you videos. Daily one video will be given. You have to watch one video, and if you have any questions, you can call me, ask me. I have given you your number. So parallelly, daily you need to attend this live class. Okay. First 2 months, we are only working with this. And the third month, so SSIS and data warehousing, and this one will be given. So you need to practice them. Clear? So this is what is the complete course duration. Then assignments, the project CV preparation, completely project based, and all of them I'm going to be giving it CV preparation and everything. Interviews you need to do on yourself. You don't ask me for the process, we cannot do anything. But remaining, I will be able to give it to you. This is the complete course I'm going to be talking about. So tomorrow I'll show you how to install SQL, and Power BI in your computer. If you have any questions, you are welcome. Chalo, guys. Any questions anybody has? So, so these are the people who got the jobs recently. So people will be saying recession. People will be saying many things. But what is important? Do you have the stuff or not? Only end of the day that matters. Do you have any skill or not? So you learn the skill now. You work for a company as a data analyst for 2 years, and you can jump from data analytics to data engineering and get the job. Work for 2 years, then jump into generative AI and AI. So this is the path you should be planning for next 3 to 4 years or 5 years. Okay. So I want to take your questions one by one. So let me unmute you guys. Thank you so much.